calling all beings. It's the second annual Cab Holiday Party. I'm your host, DJ, along with the researcher, the cool chick of this joint, a study of UAP Debs, Money Nathan, finna be here in a minute when he gets the technology business sorted out. Deb, how you doing, girlfriend?
I'm doing great. You like my hat?
Yeah. Yeah, I have a hat too. I got to find where the hell I put it. I might have to call Katiani in with an assist here. I had a hat. I don't know what I did with it. You look great, Deb, as usual.
Thank you.
And those backstage will get to see your smiling face. As I said, Money Nathan is battling the issues of technology. But you know what? The show must go on, and we're going to intro my brother when he gets in here. He's responsible for all the branding that you see here. He is the executive producer of this show, and that's why it looks so damn cool. Certainly it has nothing to do with me. So with that, let us bring in the legends of the UAP community, a bunch of people whom I just love, people that are awesome. So let's start. So we'll go left to right, and let's start with a friend of Cab, somebody who has helped us get guests, who has introduced us to people, who has told us of his experiences in a very genuine way and become a great friend. So party people, put those hands together for Max McCabe.
Hey!
How's it going, handsome? You all right?
Oh, thank you, handsome. I love the hair, DJ.
Thank you, brother. I was going to say the same about you, but you beat me to it. So let's move in. Intro the next one. This brother's from Manchester. He's about as smart as a whip. And if you think you're smarter than him, that's what the hell he's hoping for, because he's representing the people of Manchester who need it. He's also an expert in ancient structures, in my opinion, and he's going to be coming up with on a show. I think we're going to look for like mid-February with Dan Warren. But before we introduce him, let's get to the man, David Smethurst.
Hey, hi DJ, hi everybody, hi Deb, hi Max. Yeah, I'm in the servants' quarters tonight at Smethurst Towers, so hopefully you'll forgive the poor appearance. I've just kicked the butler out, so don't you worry.
Is that where McGrillen's going to stay if he comes over?
Well, they know exactly. Well, yeah. If he's lucky, that's of course.
All right. And after that, we're going to bring in Dave's co-conspirator on a very near future episode of Cab. Everybody knows him because of his TikTok, the fifth pillar of emphasis. He's from Tennessee. He's trying to help out me to help out the Bigfoot community. And he's always bringing news and positivity to the joint. That is none other than, hey, look over there, Holmes, Dan Warren.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Good to see everybody smiling faces on this Sunday. Just a reminder, only 1 week left before Christmas, and Amazon's not delivering before Christmas anymore. So you guys are out of luck. Run to Walmart.
Damn, that brother looks good. I'll tell you what, man. Let me see. Let me get to the bottom of the screen. Okay, so this guy's a brother. He is a craftsman and artisan who lives in the south of England. He has become a good friend of mine and Cab. We've had some great conversations, and he's just very, very kind to me. I hope he shows up at the next UAP UK luncheon that we're going to have maybe in like February. Yeah, so I haven't told Andy or Mark about that yet. We're going to get to it. And put your hands together for Marky O'Boyle.
Ray!
Hi, guys.
I have
doing, brother?
ornaments.
Good to see you. Hi, Debs. Nice to meet you finally. Hi, Max, Dave, Dan. Love your videos, brother. Love them. DJ, hello, my friend.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to have you. Next, this man is known. I'll tell you what, man. This is like the 60 minutes of UAP media, man. This guy has got one of the dopest shows out there. You know what I'm talking about. It is professional, okay? And I'm talking about the creator of that UFO podcast. And you know what we're talking about. We chilling with Andy McGrillen.
Hey!
Hola and buenas tardes to all my fellow Argentinians out there.
If I'll tell you what, I would have thought that you were straight out of Buenos Aires if I didn't know you were from Scotland. That is brilliant, Andy. Thank you.
Muy bien. Yeah.
It's good to see. How many languages do you speak, McGrillen? I mean, come on.
Scottish, English, and just those lines of Argentinian.
And I'm told you do a whole bunch of great impressions that we'll never hear on air, so as not to
Oh, God,
offend
no.
anyone, but hopefully off air. I'll take it either way. But before we get to that and engage with you, I wanted to introduce my brother, the co-conspirator in calling all beings, somebody that everybody loves because he's as smooth as a bottom. You know what I'm talking about? My man, the co-host of this joint, the co-host of Liminal Frames, the co-host of, I think it's called Perturbations with Kelly Chase. Put your hands together for Money Nathan.
Hello.
Hey, Nathan.
What's up?
Hey, co-conspirator, how you doing, brother?
I've been better. I don't know what's going on with my computer, but I'm glad to be here. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, no problem.
You sound sexy as usual. But you know what? Somebody else that I know that Andy thinks is just such a beast has shown up at the bottom of the screen, so we got to get him in the joint. Oh, look at that. He's dressed up like Rudolph, except without the red nose. He is an author of several books about UFO history in World War II and now in the 50s. He's getting it done. Put your hands together for Graham Rendo!
Yay! I love it. I love it.
Yes! Man, Andy, was that part of, like, did you guys say, hey, all the guys from UAP UK Media have to wear something, holiday? No?
I would never encourage that sort of festivity. No, definitely not.
Oh, that is brilliant.
If I move it along just 2 spaces to the right, you can wear it.
Take me to your reindeers, Graham.
Hey guys, welcome. I really wanted to wish a holiday greeting to all of you. We did write down a couple of topics. I have a couple wild card topics that I haven't shared with those guys yet, simply because I wrote them before the show. And Nathan also has some questions that he's made in a spreadsheet that he's going to ask. So just to kick it around, but before we go any further, take it away, Nathan.
Oh, hey, yeah. So DJ, do you see? I can't actually control the presentation, but do you see it in the tray, like in the backstage? You can, if it's still sitting there, you can add it to the screen.
It's. I don't see anything sitting there. It's got 5 and 4, so there's 9 objects back there. Where would let me see? You know what? It might be in the present area, right? And slides. Let's see. Yeah, is it untitled present? This is probably it.
All right, stand by. I'm gonna see if I can come back in, and then I can at least control it.
Wait, I think it's there now. Let me see. Is it this right here? Oh no, that's not it. That was something I put in there.
Yeah,
for full throttle.
Stand by, y'all. Technical difficulties. Be right back.
All right, brother, we're gonna get with it. In the meantime, I can feed you guys one of mine and see what you got. So, the topic of this is thought leaders of the UAP community, and to see if you guys can guess who made this quote. Okay. Okay. I think I'm gonna go with this one and see, and it'll be interested, Deb, to also take a shot at this one. So this is a quote from a UAP thought leader, someone that we've all spoken with, and we all love, all heard from on multiple podcasts. And it goes like this: we're just a bunch of angry apes. I'm not sure we're ready for the answers yet. I mean, you don't tell your children certain things until they're mature. I don't think we've proven we're still not mature enough yet, unquote. What UAP thought leader would someone like to have a guess at that one? Let me remove this from the stream.
Yeah, I can have a go. I think it's Lou Elizondo all day.
It is not. Does anyone else want to fathom it?
I want to go.
2 guesses.
Go ahead, Andy.
Did I get 2 guesses or did I only get 1?
Oh, you get 1 because then Max is going, or whoever was
So
first.
I need to pick. Okay, so I'm going to go with Jim Semivan.
Hey! You know what? That would have been my guess, Andy, but it's not him. That was going to be the guess I was going to have. Go ahead, Maxie.
Oh, I'll definitely divert to the lady of the room, Debs, because I thought it was Jim anyway as well. So.
Wow. So that's 3 of them. Okay, that's 2 of us. 3 of us.
I think I know.
Go ahead.
Ross Coulthard.
It wasn't. Wow, this one's better than I thought.
Dan knows.
Yeah,
Dan knows.
money, Dan.
I'm gonna have to go with Gary Nolan.
Yeah.
Process of elimination.
That was my other guess. Yeah.
Hey, well done.
Yeah, Dan Warren, that is awesome, man. I'll tell you, man, there's some magic in this guy. I don't know what the hell it is. When you got to come back to Destin, man, I could just get some of that magic, man. Just get close to you.
Well, it's not free to go to Destin, so that's one of the impediments. But yeah, I'll get down there sooner or later.
Good. I hope so, man. If you were already here this year, I damn missed you. Anyway,
All right. Hey,
Nathan,
can you
take
guys
it
hear
away,
me
brother.
now? Just
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You sound
wow.
great.
All right. I know what happened. All right. So we've got we got a little trivia here, and I'm going to put it on screen. And when everybody gets a chance to answer this question, there's no right or wrong answer. This trivia is completely ridiculous, and I made it up this morning. But I thought it would be fun to play. So we're going to get 2 questions with this group. So I'm going to put this on screen. First question in Cav's ridiculous holiday trivia is: which cryptid would you trust to take care of your pets while you're away on holiday or vacation? So our choices are A, Mothman, B, Dogman, C, Bigfoot, or D, Nessie. So why don't we start with our friend Max McCabe over there? Max, who would you be most comfortable with here with your pets?
Well, it's a tricky one because if I had a dog man, they might just make the best of friends. We never know. Maybe we're just judging dog man a bit too harsh. But to be honest, you never really hear much bad stuff about Mothman. So, and Nessie, this is tricky. This is trickier than I thought. I'm going to go with Nessie. She's just going to hang out in the water and play catch or something.
I love it. I love it. Great answer. All right, going with D, Nessie. So, all right. So, Dave, what would you say here?
Oh, I think I'd have to go with Bigfoot, to be honest with you. The other two are probably Mothman and Dogman are probably cryptos, and they have a reputation for killing dogs. So I think I'd go with Bigfoot, who's very nice and nurturing. Although Nessie, if it's in the water, couldn't do much damage, I suppose, unless I put my pets in a fish tank and jump them down. So yes, Bigfoot, I think.
Excellent, excellent. All right, see Bigfoot, fantastic. Dan, what do you think here?
All right, so everybody knows that Dogman smokes cigarettes, so I don't want my house smelling like cigarettes. Mothman's a flight risk, and my dog can't swim, so I'm going to have to go with Bigfoot on this one.
Excellent. All right, well, that's 2 for Bigfoot so far. That's fantastic. All right, so Marco Boyle, how are you feeling about this here?
I don't know, man. I'll be honest with you. I have no idea who Dogman is. I do have a very, very cute little dog who is not around at the moment. They're like a really cute, vicious little dog. I'm probably going to go with Dave with Bigfoot here because Bigfoot can speak telepathically to my dog. So.
Among other things.
Love it. Bigfoot,
of course,
coming out the lead here, Bigfoot. I love that. All right, so Andy.
Yeah, so thinking back to the Mothman prophecies, the movie, it was a foreboding of bad things, wasn't it? So your pet's probably going to die, and I had that already this year. Nessie,
sorry, brother.
No, I just want to bring the tone down and share some pictures of my pet that died. No, I'm joking. I do miss him.
I'm so glad we had you. Yeah, it's great.
Dogman reminds me of my deceased pet, so thanks for bringing that one up again. 'Cause he was a dog. Nessie, it would probably drown the dog, but again, that's by the by now. Bigfoot, I reckon, has got a tender side. You often see him walking away shy, retiring. I reckon in his late 40s, he's having a bit of a midlife crisis and would look after the pet as one of his own. Might be mildly aggressive when you go to collect them on the way back, but I'll get in touch with David Paulides about that. So yeah, for me, probably Bigfoot. See.
Excellent, Bigfoot. All right, well, Graham, last vote here.
Okay.
Dogman to me, I must admit, I don't know much about Dogman either. It sounds like a superhero has been last in line when the superpowers were given out. So out of all of them, Mothman to me is the most scary and is the one that certainly kept me awake at nights when I used to read about him in the 1970s in John Keel's book. So he'd be the one that would scare whatever pet I had to death. And so either I would come back and it would be so submissive that actually it would do what I said once, I took the pet back. So I'd be really happy. But yeah, Mothman definitely.
I love it, Mothman. DJ,
Nathan,
what about you, man?
Brother, I just want to say this: like, it could, if your dog is aggressive, as many of people experiencers of Bigfoot have said, your dog could literally be torn in half People have seen them carry. So if your dog is cool and approaches Bigfoot like with kind of like a submissive, cool manner, I think it goes really well. People have seen Bigfoot that have dogs as pets. In South Carolina, some fishermen were getting after a dog, and Bigfoot kind of came down the bank and said, no, I'm going to throw rocks at you. So it could go very well unless your dog tries to get jiggy.
Wow. Okay, Deb, what do you think? And then we'll move on to the next one here.
Oh, it's definitely going to be Bigfoot. Bigfoot's got
Bigfoot.
that maternal side. I need my puppies to have maternal care.
I love it. All right. Well, the clear winner here, Bigfoot. Love that. Love that. Bigfoot, take care of the cat and the dog and the fish, whatever. Leave the keys with Bigfoot. That's what to say.
We will do that. And by
yeah.
the way, they've entered several people's homes, and there's some really good experiencer narratives about them entering the home and not destroying things. Unfortunately, though, we got to get these guys out of here because the next group is in, and we're at 20 minutes after.
Oh, we are. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us. Great to see y'all and have you with us.
Yeah.
Happy Christmas, guys.
Take that one off. Take this one off. Hey,
Happy Christmas.
Yeah, that basically Cabby goodbyes. Thank you so much, everybody. Really, this was about just really wanting to wish you guys happy holiday and say how much we appreciate your friendship and fellowship and everything that all of you bring to the community, sometimes like in a really big way that Andy, that reaches a lot of people. And then some of the rest of us, don't reach as many people, but we reach a lot nonetheless. And that was on display at the when we met up in New York City. So thank you very much, guys. Namaste.
Buenas noches.
Yeah.
Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Yes.
And I was just
All right,
gonna say,
thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Please take part
Bye,
in the
folks. Have a good
UFO
evening.
raffle.
Good afternoon.
Thank you, brother.
Bye.
Thank you, Dan.
See you later.
See you later.
All right. Bye, Andy.
Bye.
Oh, yeah. Whoa! Woo!
That was unexpected.
Woo! Yeah!
Hello. Living the energy.
Where's Nathan? There he is. My goodness. There he is.
No.
There he is.
Out there.
Hey.
I'm loving the hat, Nathan.
Thank you. Good to see you guys. There's so many squares down here, and DJ and I are both clicking them, so it's just.
Sorry. I can just lay off. I can lay off and then let you do it, man. You're back
It's
to
all
the
good. It's
executive
all good.
producer role. I can just be the meathead that I'm so good at. Welcome, Vinny Adams, and welcome Dan Zetterstrom from Mexico. Bienvenidos, amigo.
Hola. It's good to be here. That's the extent of my Spanish. Minus no tengo miedo a las fantasmas, which means I ain't afraid no ghosts.
All right,
I like
we gotta
that,
get Mark out of there. And who else are we waiting on? I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Looks like Chris Sharp.
Look at Zetterstrom.
Chris Sharp, Red Panda, UAP Ash.
All right. What a crew.
I hope they show up. Otherwise, we finna
We're
get
gonna
started
keep
without them.
rolling. We'll just keep rolling here. You know.
It's all
Rolling.
good. Good to see you guys. I'm so happy to be here.
Happy
Great to have you with us.
holidays.
Well,
If
Happy
I sing
holidays,
rolling
Deb.
on the if I sing rolling on a river, Vinny's gonna be like, who's that? Creedence what? Huh? It's not hip hop. I don't know what you're talking about.
exactly. Not enough beat there. Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to keep rolling with the trivia? We got more questions. We can
Please.
definitely
That
do
was
that.
do-
So
I was getting
Nathan,
involved
that
on that before.
question was dope, man.
all right. Well, slide 2 here. Here we go. In our Cab Ridiculous Holiday Trivia, in a category we're calling J. Allen High Necks, which alien species would be voted most likely to win a Limbo competition? A, the mantids, B, the small grays, C, the Nordics, or D, that orb from Skinwalker Ranch?
Oh, man, I'm so ready for this. Go ahead, man.
Right,
Go
Vinny, what do you
ahead.
think?
Go ahead, Vinny.
Man, yeah, this is a really, really tough one because obviously the obvious answer would be that orb from Skinwalker Ranch. But then in my mind, I'd like to see the mantids all like crooked and twisted, bending backwards with that pumping music going on. You know what I mean?
Mhm,
That's what I'm going to go with, the mantids.
I love that. I mean, they can probably go real low. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, dude. Like,
And it depends how big they are too. Like if they're kind of little, then they can just walk under like the orb, you know. It's
Yeah,
not
but
a
I'm
problem.
thinking they're quite big and tall and spindly, but they just after a few like shots of liquor, they can just flex back and dip, you know.
Just Neo from the Matrix style.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Dan, what about you?
I'm going to go for the orb from Skinwalker Ranch because, you know, if we're thinking about limbo competition, it can just move through that limbo bar and not touch it. So is that a disqualification?
Yes, yes, Dan. Yes, I would like to call a party foul.
Yeah.
Right now, it's a breach of the rules because they have not maintained contact with the ground. So, Orb, I'm sorry. I realize you like to torment and torture all the staff at the ranch, and you take great pleasure in sending people to the ER. However, you're disqualified.
Get him out of here.
The Nordics, the Greys, and the Mantids, thank you.
Oof,
The
man.
most Bill Murray fashion I can do it.
I don't think the Nordics are pretty much, you know, human, 2 arms, 2 legs, that kind of thing. And humans, they're not going to be as good as mantids or small greys. I don't want to go for mantids again because Vinny chose the mantids. So I'm going to go for the small greys and just hope that there's something in their abilities where they can just, you know, bend them knees and get under that bar.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. What about the head size, Dan? Do you worry about that at all?
Flexibility,
it's
yoga.
a fair point.
Yeah.
Maybe their heads.
Point, they just can't get lower.
Yeah, but maybe their heads go slimmer if they turn them sideways.
Oh, there you go. I hadn't thought about that. Yeah.
Dude, I have a question for Debs. Debs, the Nordics with the translucent skin, would it freak you out a little bit? You know, you have this clear skin. You might see like blood pumping and capillaries, you know, and veins and stuff, and you might be like a little grossed out. Like I would think you despite the Fabio-like hair, you might not want to date any one of those Nordics.
Is the question, would I date a Nordic?
well, it's a 2-tier.
Sure
First of
sounds
all,
like it,
would you be weirded out by being able to see through their skin and possibly seeing some of the architecture of their blood system there, their pulmonary system?
You could just see the tequila rushing through their veins.
Yeah, it's true. It could be helpful. It could be. You could maybe see their heartbeat, you know, based on their pulse.
Okay. So they wouldn't be able to fool you in terms of professions of love and things like that.
That's true. That's helpful.
Okay,
so now, you know, my question about the mantids, though. Okay, if the mantids don't win, are they good losers or are they sore losers? I don't know. You know, how do they?
I feel like they'd be sore losers,
right?
I feel like they would. Yeah, they'd be bad. But then you might have one that just holds the others back, like not now, lads, not now.
The Greys are very like. I feel like the Greys just will be happy to take part. You know,
just stoic about it. Yeah. You know, just another day in the factory there at the Grey.
Yeah. Or a breakaway from the factory for one little night out.
Exactly. Excellent. All right. Well, hey, let's go to the next question here. See what we got in the trivia hopper. So, all right. Which would you rather do? This is a tough one. We think about it. A, be read into the core UFO secret. B, take a joyride in a UFO.
Oh!
C, go on a romantic date with Sasquatch. Or D, travel back in time with a sports almanac from the future to become a corrupt casino magnate who only to be humiliated by some punk kid named Calvin Klein. Really think about this. This is a tough one. I don't know. It's a tough one. Vinny, what do you seem to be pondering this pretty well? What do you think?
Yeah.
I am. My mind's going in every direction. I mean, as much as, and I will say, I'm going to cancel out C. I love Sasquatch, but you know, I'm sorry, I'm not into the hairy type.
Yeah.
That is speciesist, Vinny. That is not okay.
I said hairy type.
It's just too much hair.
Human or anything. So it's not species based. I'm going to go with A or B, and I'm going to go with A.
All right, you're going all in. Read into the core UFO secret.
Yeah.
Love that. Excellent. All right, so Dan, what do you think about this?
D, I'm going to remove just because I feel like there's copyright issues there. As fun as that would be, it's been done before, right? We can watch it. A would be great, but I wouldn't be able to talk to anyone about it, so that would suck for me. I'd want to tell everyone about it. The joyride in a UFO
the other
thing.
people that have been in A.
Yeah, but they all suck. Take a joyride in a UFO. I'm not sure how much of a joyride it would be. It would be cool to see the solar system, but in terms of like feeling the acceleration and inertia, there's not going to be any of that. So I feel like that would be a bit more boring than I think it would be. So based on elimination, I'm going to go on a date with the Sasquatch.
I have heard a couple of folks that how do they say it? People that have them show up at their house like every day or show up in their backyard. Habitation, they call it. I'm sure Vinny's heard them too because he's steeped on this topic. Some of them said they're beautiful. I've heard women say that the males are handsome.
Yeah.
I've heard some weirder comments by males about males. And I hate to say weird, but let's say interesting comments. Before we do that, though, I do want to introduce the people that we have because we didn't really do that properly. And I know you guys all know who they are. But what we're looking at here at the bottom of our screen is the co-host of that UAP podcast. And also Dan has his own pod. What is the name of your pod again?
So I do a kind of a sideshow called Coloring Outside the Lines, which I'll be using more going forward. Interesting kind of interviews with people adjacent to the UAP conversation. And also, as I'm trekking around kind of all the ancient sites and stuff here, I've been taking video and I'll be putting stuff together and making episodes of that for Coloring Outside the Lines too.
He's a great content creator.
Just one of the best. That's fantastic, Dan. Very excited. Listen, if you haven't heard the first episode of Coloring Outside the Lines, it's a banger. It's excellent. I highly recommend it. And Dan, can't wait to see more content from that. I know you got ideas.
Awesome. Thank you,
floating around
Nathan.
that head. Yeah.
I seem to do one episode a year, but it's a good episode. You know?
Yeah, you're averaging one a year. This is really good. It's consistent.
Quality, not quantity.
Yeah, no bad reviews yet. 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Exactly.
You know, it's good.
All right, our next guest is a man you've seen on this channel many times because he's very giving of his time. He's also helped us get a number of high-profile guests, and he's a dear friend of all of us. So put your hands together for somebody's hair that looks damn good. Vinny Adams, host of Disclosure Team. What's
Cheers,
up?
guys. Thank you so
Snaps
much.
to Vinny. Snaps to Vinny.
Cheers.
The William Shakespeare of UFO Twitter. He from Stratford upon Avon. Ha! Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome, man.
So good.
It's a pleasure to have you. So Nathan, I think if you have more, I'll save. If you want me to save my trivias, I can save them. If you have more,
I only have one more for this group, so we could do that, or we
Okay.
can do yours, whichever.
Let's
you
do
want.
yours, yeah, because we
Okay.
got 9 minutes, and then we got it. We'll probably start getting everybody out of here a minute early, get the next group in, stay on schedule.
All right. Here's the last question for this group. As party people, what should you do? A, kick your feet together. B, put your hands together. C, call your political representative and ask about the UAP report. Or D, keep partying.
Oh man,
Yeah,
I
tough
know
one,
what
right,
Benji's
Vinny?
going to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, Vinny, what do you think, man?
Well, I think if you're a true party person,
Mm-hmm.
and I think you would already have called your political representative.
He's so good at this.
And so after that, there's nothing but keep partying, man.
Just keep partying. I love it. I
Yeah,
love it.
come on, man. We can still do this serious work, ask the serious questions, do all that, and still have a good time,
And
Excellent.
before we get to the next one, I just want to say, Kelly Chase from UFO Rabbit Hole Podcast,
Kelly.
one of
Hey.
Nathan's co-conspirators in that joint, says,
Hey.
I'll fight you for the Squatch date. I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you what, Kelly Chase. Have you seen some of these representations, man? These dudes are built, man. That's all I got to say.
I would say that Callie and I could go do like an Attenborough-esque documentary trying to get to know the Squatch and the Squatch family and the different Squatches and find
like it.
the true face behind this phenomena. I
Yes.
think that would be a good show.
Like
Dan,
Squatch
what
Mashers.
about
Nathan's got a dating service.
dude? What about
We're going to go up to...
You might be missing out on one night stand Squatch though.
That's
Oh my God! There's so
Just
much
saying.
creative juice here. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm scared of what Deb's going to say now. But no kidding though. This year, Dan Warren. We didn't tell you during the last thing. Vinny and I have been talking a little bit in the background, and Dan Warren. He got me some contact for the representative. What's that gentleman's name from Tennessee? Tim.
Burchett.
Timber Chet.
Yeah, Tim Burchett. Yeah. And so I'm going to write up something and try to get some representation toward the Bigfoot topic. We are so blessed in our community that we've had plenty of high-profile voices to carry the message forward from us to legislators, and they have basically none, near as I can tell. On the local level, they've done well. There's actually some state and county properties that have been said this is a Sasquatch area. You can't hunt here, these types of things, not targeting them if you are a hunter. So on the local level, there's been a little bit, but not on a national level. So hopefully we're going to try to represent on our show, and hopefully you guys do as well. Vinny talked about it, and I hope you guys do as well. They could use our help and our organization. So with that, let us. That's the end. Did everybody?
What's your answer to this question? Just curious.
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah. How would you answer?
Me?
Yeah.
You know, I think always, you know, obviously people would expect me to say put your hands together, but call your political representative and ask about the report would be the most responsible answer that you could have. We have had a lot of movement, but that doesn't mean that's why lobbyists don't go to Washington for 1 year and then quit. It's a continuing effort. So we have to have that kind of continuing effort, and we have to hopefully get the Bigfoot people get their start going so that they actually have an effort. Because right now they're having more, as I've said, they're having more Bigfoot, what do we call these, symposiums and conferences than we're having for UFOs, and they're having much less traction in nationally.
Yeah, interesting. Deb, what about you? What would you recommend party people do in this situation?
I honestly think all of the above.
Whoa.
Let's do it.
At the same time?
Wow.
Yes. All of
In 1 second.
You guys haven't seen Deb party, so she can do it.
Deb doesn't color between the lines, Dan. That's all I got to say.
I haven't seen Deb party, but I have seen her in a bookshop, and I have a feeling I'd like how she parties.
Yeah, I'd be the person that was at a party going outside calling representatives.
Nice.
That's the true party, right? That's the real party.
Yes.
Exactly. Fantastic. Well, I really appreciate you guys playing and participating in that absolute insane trivia. That was we hoisted upon you.
I feel like I need to throw a serious comment in here, and that would be to anybody outside of the US. You may not be able to contact a representative, be it state-wise in the US, but you can contact the Pentagon and the DoD from anywhere in the world. I've done it. Dan's done it. You know, these things can happen, and you can just keep pushing and pushing and pushing. So if you feel like, I wish I could, but I can't because I'm not in the US, you can. So there you go. That's my one serious comment.
I also would recommend that. I also would recommend that people contact representatives in their own country and start pushing.
Absolutely.
You know, if people are only worried about what the United States is doing, then you're not holding your own representatives to account, and that's not good. That's a partial fail, at least. So you should be, whatever country you're in, you know, make a push, and then try and get together meetings with people that you've met through UFO Twitter. Try to have a meeting at a pub or a restaurant somewhere, and then from there start to organize and start to send letters to your representatives, because you want a multi-pronged attack in any sort of an engagement, not a single point of attack. It's quite easy to defend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And if you look at the transcript of the briefing that happened this week, the DoD, Arrow, and the Pentagon, you can see that they're taking this national security threat very seriously. So use that language. Use the fact that the biggest war machine on earth is afraid of these things, and their sovereign sky is being incurred upon. Point it out. Where the hell is your country in this conversation? You know, the UK have skies too, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you, guys. And moreover, what we'd like to say as we close up and bring in the next group is it's an honor to have your friendship, to have you in the community. And I personally thank you for all of your efforts, and really just glad to be able to call you guys and talk about things. It's been such a blessing to have all these new friends just as a result of the UFO community.
In this case, the true treasure were the friends we did find along the way.
Yeah.
Yes. Feliz Navidad.
Appreciate you guys.
Dan.
And Dan, where are you traveling to next? I know you're still in Mexico. Is that right?
So yeah, still in Mexico. Tomorrow I'm going to go see. Tomorrow or the next day, hopefully tomorrow, see Teotihuacan, and then I'll be going down to the Yucatan Peninsula to see Chichen Itza and some of the ruins down that way.
Nice, awesome. Can't wait to see that.
All right, guys, we got to get you out of here. I just got a message from Scott Gearin. Poor experiencer Scott Gearin is digging his pickup truck out again up in Minnesota. He had to dig 2 30-yard trenches for his tires to get his truck to go forward and out of its parking space.
Man,
So,
that's rough. Jeez.
He's a beast, man.
Yeah,
He's a beast.
that's-
Thank you, guys. I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead, Dan.
Well, I
appreciate
wish
you
him well,
guys, man.
and thank you guys, and thanks for all you do.
Yeah, happy holidays,
you so
guys. Thank
much.
you so much.
Happy holidays. Take care, guys.
Happy holidays.
holidays.
All right, look at that, man. We're getting some new people up in this joint. Yeah! Woo!
Benji!
What's up,
I'll
guys?
tell you what, this guy has been with Cab about since the beginning of this joint right here, and he's you're in Los Angeles, right?
Yes, sir. Got to
Can I
rep
get
Pittsburgh.
it?
though.
Amen for Benji might be. Yeah!
Thanks for having me, guys. I had to
Yeah,
match the energy
you.
with the stunner shades too.
You got to.
Oh,
You got
man,
to.
I love it. I love it. The Pittsburgh we got the Steelers, man. The
Yes, sir.
Steelers. And then, we had a Mancunian, and we could not put them in the same group. We didn't want any sort of a border war between Manchester and Liverpool. So here is the gregarious, the engaging, the host of the Weird Sisters on YouTube. Hopefully on podcast soon, or I'm going to slap her up.
Dare ya.
Put your hands together for that UAP girl, Hollywood.
Buongiorno. Hey, 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 hey.
She
Welcome.
is so Italian. Buongiorno, Hollywood. I'll go into my Valentino Rossi all over again. Nobody needs that. This gentleman is a professional musician. He's also a brilliant podcast host. And, it's so funny that his show is called The UFO Thinker. Oh, someone's got me coming out of their speakers. Is that a party foul from Hollywood?
Probably. Why change a habit of a lifetime?
It's a foul, mate. You need to have earbuds. Anyway,
That means me going downstairs with a broken leg, and I'm not doing that.
Not having it.
have one of your kids bring them up. But anyway,
You're getting better at that accent, man. I don't know.
I'm-
It's scary. Yeah, I know.
Baseball.
Yeah. I didn't
Enough
say
talk-
good. I just said better.
enough talking to Hollywood. Anyway, we disturbed all of that to show my brother, the host of the UFO Thinker, Frank Jones.
How's it going, everybody?
Frank?
I tried my best with the Santa hat. It's pretty difficult with these headphones on, but I managed to somehow get it all to work just about.
It looks fabulous.
You're a
Thank
man
you
that
very
gets
much.
it done. That's what's going
Likewise,
on.
Nathan. I see you're rocking the Santa
I'm
hat
back
there
on
as
the
well.
Christmas
You
gift.
have
Very,
to.
very nice.
Have to.
Yep. See, no one notices I'm wearing a hat. It's because
DJ,
you're so
you'll
used to
see-
seeing a bald
Yeah, it's
every time.
You're rocking
So-
it as well. It blends into the background a bit. That's all it is. But yeah, very nice, mate. Very nice indeed.
Thank you, brother. Nathan, what do you want to do? Do you have trivia?
We've
set up
got
for
more
these
trivia,
guys?
so we can jump into that
Okay,
with this
go
crowd.
for it, brother.
All right, here we go. So, continuing with Cab's ridiculous holiday trivia, which one of the following is likely the 7th observable characteristic of UAP? A, dropping that bass. B, making a guest appearance on multiple live stream podcasts at once. C, rainbow sparkles. Or D, playing a piano duet of Highway to the Danger Zone with Jacques Vallée at Devil's Tower. It's a tough one, I admit. I don't know.
Oh my goodness, man.
Frank, why don't you take this one first? What would you go with here?
I think I'm going to go with B, making the guest appearance on multiple live stream podcasts at once. Because let's be honest, if you're able to be omnipresent, like quite literally, then I think that's a quite anomalous characteristic to be rocking. I mean, anyone can drop that bass. I do it regularly.
Anyone
wake
can.
Up, wake up in the morning, drop that bass, go about my business, drop a little bit more. So yeah, I reckon it's got to be B. Obviously, rainbow sparkles again, another thing that I do on a day-to-day basis, dropping rainbow sparkles everywhere I go.
Wow.
And clearly, playing a piano duet of Highway to the Danger Zone with Jacques Vallée at Devil's Tower, another day-to-day occurrence in my routine. So it's clear that the truly anomalous characteristic out of that list is definitely B.
Wow, that's incredible. And what an efficient use of their time, too. You know, just knock these podcasts out all at once. I love that. Holly, what would you say here?
Well, obviously, I'm going to go for rainbow sparkles just because it's me. But then I'd like rainbow sparkles followed by dropping that bass at the same time, so it became like this big production. So that's where I'm at, definitely.
Oh, I like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a whole show, right?
Oh,
That's
and we
just
need and then like smoke, green smoke as well. So yeah, I want that whole production. If that could just be figured out.
Yeah, that's like a festival right there. That's
Yeah, a UF festival. Yeah, we'll
I
do
love
that
it.
one, please. Order it.
excellent. Yeah, where do I get my tickets? Take my money now.
Let's do it.
Amen.
Absolutely, Benji.
I'm actually gonna piggyback on that festival vibe because I'm thinking D, definitely the piano duet. But here's the thing though, if I have it my way, Jacques dropping the bass at the same time, and then we got Mick West on drums. That's my top.
Wow. Call Steven Spielberg. Let's redo the ending of the movie. We got to. That's fantastic. I love that.
I'll tell you what, man. I have a question I can throw in here if you guys are ready for another. Nathan, are you ready for another one?
Yeah, please go for it. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, what you the title of this is Thought Leaders of the UAP Community. I give you a quote. You guess who it is. So here we go. For those who have seen a UFO or had a close encounter of any kind, the event is surely part of their reality. Though for other members of society who lack any direct involvement, it is unquestionably more difficult to wrap their minds around such a situation, as it deviates considerably from more orthodox facets of everyday life. Indeed, for those who have had such an experience, no explanation is necessary, but for many of those who have not, none may be possible at all. So this is basically comparing folks. Yeah, right, Holly? I know you need like a cold towel on your head after that one.
I need the rainbow sparkles.
Yeah, Nathan, hit the rainbow sparkles, please. So basically, basically comparing those who have had a UFO experience and how it leaves that indelible mark on you, and people who can't seem to grasp it. Who do you think is the UFO thought leader? So we're talking like PhDs here. Who do you think that was? Let's go with you, Frank Jones.
I've no idea, mate. I should have worn my thinking cap instead of my Santa hat, I think.
You all know this guy, by the way. All of you know this person, if I said his name.
I'm going to go with Jacques Vallée, just because I feel like there may have been a link there with the quiz question from earlier on, but I could be completely way off the mark. It's a bit of an informed guess, shall we say.
Good association, but it's not Jacques.
Oh.
Hollywood.
It wasn't me. I know that much.
Oh, it wasn't? Because
it wasn't me. I can confirm that. So, I don't know, but I feel like I ought to know. So tell me.
Well, we have to ask Benji first. We got to give you. You have to hazard. That's why they call it hazard a guess.
But you did say, so you just a quick question. You did say it's a PhD, right? So it's Dr. Someone.
It is.
And someone we know is what you said.
Is this like the UFO game of Guess Who?
Yes.
Okay. Does he have a hat?
It's also the name of a band from the 70s, but beside the point.
Does he have a hat?
I'm not going to talk about what kind of accoutrements he wears. Just say you don't know or you don't want to hazard a guess.
Man, Frank took mine, honestly. I was thinking Jacques. I was detecting a slight French accent in your description of that. That's a tough one, man. If it's not Jacques, PhD, the only one that comes to mind would be Travis Taylor, but I don't think that's it either.
It's not. That's actually another great one, and I wish I had a quote from him, but it actually is Michael Masters, Dr. Michael Masters.
That was the other one I was thinking of.
That was in the library at Montana State. So
Nice.
Dr. Michael Masters said that. So if I would have put, as Nathan knows, if I would have put the word time in there somewhere or relation, you guys would have known because his Twitter handle is Morphotime. So I couldn't pick one of those. It would have been too obvious. So good job though. I don't know that I would have gotten that either. I made it tough, but maybe too tough. So I'm sorry about that. Nathan,
that was
what
great.
time's this block over? 'Cause I wanna make
We've
sure
got more time, so I got another
good.
trivia question if you guys want to
Yeah.
jump into it.
Yeah.
So let's do that. So let's see. How do I get back up on the screen? Here we go. All right. So continuing with Cav's ridiculous holiday trivia. If it turns out that Bob Bigelow is an actual alien, what species is he? A tall gray. B, that strange-looking guy from Star Wars at the bar in Tatooine. C, a reptilian. Or D, an orb with an interdimensional mustache.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. Some tough ones here. Frank?
Yeah, that one.
What looks good to you?
Could be some kind, in some way, could be all of the above. You know, I think he might. I think he might be able to sort of pull that off somehow. But if I had to narrow it down to one, since that is kind of the name of the game, I think I'd go for D, because that mustache is pretty astonishing. It's definitely a standout physical feature of the man. So I'm going to go for D. I think that's my choice, my selection. So there we have it.
Fabulous, fabulous, love it. All right, Holly, what do you say?
I am going to stick with the northern contingency here and go with D, because I think it's a strong mustache. I think that's where he hides his wealth as well. So definitely,
It's right under his nose.
I'm going to go for the D. Oh my God, no, I'm not. That sounded really bad. Oh no! Oh no!
And we'll just keep on moving on this family show.
Holly, option D.
Option D. That's fabulous. Fabulous.
It is
Benji.
I gotta switch it up and call it like I see it. I'm saying C, reptilian, because he gives off this nefarious kind of world leader control kind of vibe. I don't know.
Okay, interesting.
my answer.
Dark horse choice. I like that.
Yes.
I love that, and I love the other answers too. The orb. Honestly, did not think anyone would pick the orb, but someone, Benji, whoever said it was right under your nose. That maybe that's it, right? It's just right there the whole time. Deb, what do you think about this one?
I mean, I don't think he looks weird, but I like Star Wars so much that I have to pick B. I like Tatooine.
Yeah, who doesn't like that? I mean, the songs, that bar was always hopping, right?
I'm always down to go to the cantina, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. DJ, what about you? What do you think on this
Man,
one?
I'm really struggling with this because if somebody said, I think Frank said, it could be all of them. So, but if I have to narrow it down, I'm with Benji because reptilian struck my mind that I feel like if we were to peel back some layers of his skin, we would see this green kind of sort of alligator-ish, maybe like lizardish skin under there, and there would be an entire different being on there. I feel like that's probably what would happen. And I also think the orb with the interdimensional mustache is also not a bad one. So I just gotta applaud you on that one. Say I gotta get up in there. So
Yeah, it's a strong contender. So we're kind of deadlocked here. I'm gonna swing my vote to the orb as well. So I think we're gonna call for the orb today.
And right now, Bob Bigelow, there's a little thing coming out his mouth.
sorry, Bob. But there are orbs at Skinwalker Ranch, so maybe he's still there. He can't say goodbye. It's where he spends his off hours. I don't know.
All right. Let me check. Man, I got to keep this little thing up because I've lost track of our 20-minute blocks. We started the other one at 40, right?
Yes, we end this one on the hour. So I want to ask a question to.
Yeah.
I'm going to start with Frank, and I just want to catch up with everybody. Frank, what have you been working on? What's in the hopper? You've been doing some good shows lately. What's going on in your world?
Yeah, man. Well, I've got a bit of a Christmas special episode that I've been working on over the last few days. I'll tell you what, I'll give you a little bit of a sneak preview of what it's all going to be about. I've not really mentioned it anywhere else, so a bit of an exclusive there.
Wow.
Yeah!
But it's going to be the ghost of, Christmas Carol, Charles Dickens. It's the ghost of Christmas past, Christmas present, and Christmas future.
Nice.
And it's going to be 3 guests, and each guest is going to be one of the different ghosts. So I'm not going to say who they are. I'll leave that as a surprise. But we've got some nice guests on and people who a lot of the listeners might have heard before on the show and that kind of thing. And a bit of a festive themed episode. So,
I love it. I love that concept, man. That's great.
Yeah, and the idea is that it's like, the person who I had as the ghost of Christmas past is somebody who's known for kind of like having a handle on the historical aspects of UAP, and the future one, similar thing. So yeah, it's a bit jokey, but there's a lot of good information about like, you know, how things have played out over the decades, where we're at the moment, and where we could end up going. So yeah, folks can check that out on the 23rd, I think it is, a couple of days before Christmas.
UFO thinker.
There you go. Bit of a
Nice.
festive one for you.
That's
Holly,
awesome.
he's smart, isn't it?
Smart. That's smart. You gotta stop taking the mick out my accent, or I'm gonna have to come and kick your bum.
I love you, Holly. Come on, man. You were showing me your roast early, making me
No,
jealous.
it was
making this
not.
scouse
No.
roast with
No.
onions and carrots and.
It
Come
was
on.
a pan of scouse, DJ, and I've ate it all, and it's all down my top right now. So here is it from earlier. It was lovely.
We have to do an episode on cooking. I think that sounds like a good one for us.
We
you know?
should. We should.
We'll get Vinny.
Yeah, absolutely. What's
Alien
in the
cook-off.
UAP kitchen, right? Let's
Do it.
Deb's
We
like,
could
I got
compete
some
on-
hamburger helper for that ass.
I think
Come
we're gonna
on.
have to compete on pancakes. Compete on alien pancakes.
There you go.
Yeah,
I love that idea. Who doesn't love pancakes, right? Well, I mean, Holly, what you got working on? I know the Weird Sister's been busy, so what's next for you guys?
We've been plugging away with that, but for some of you may or may not be aware of Project Nano. It's been doing the rounds. For reasons I can't disclose at this present time, I can't go into too much detail, but needless to say, 2023 will see a global release of a platform and app that helps everybody and their dogs, well, not the dogs, but everybody, to investigate the unknown, covering all aspects of the phenomena from UAPs, spirituality, things that go bump in the night, Sasquatch, you name it. We will be releasing something that's going to change the game.
Wow.
So yeah, big things are happening. So go check it out. But unfortunately, due to NDA status, I can't say anymore because it's massive.
This is like Jim Semivan. Like, I can't tell you nothing, man.
I can't, but it's going to be mega, and it's going to change the game, and it's going to give people these options and tools and the ability to share their stories, share their experiences, share their locations, create community, and then loads of other things I can't talk about because I'll get my head chopped off. So yeah, follow.
Can you
Project Nano.
Can you just throw in, before we go to Benji, can you throw in, I can't be asked?
Can't be asked.
All right, thank you, mate.
I'm going to voice note you that all night long.
Benji, how you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm just happy to be here, guys. Thank
We're
you for
happy to have
inviting me.
you here.
Man, great to have you with us, Benji. You like the earlier question where we were talking about the the seventh observable UAPs being everywhere all at once. I feel like you do that. You're everywhere all at once. How do you keep up with all the stuff? I mean, you're a tireless promoter, and we really can't thank you enough for that.
Good question, man. I get tired of looking into this stuff sometimes, but you know what? It's the community. You guys definitely keep me on my toes with everything. Second of all, still all the while trying to figure out, just like my experiences and things that I've seen, and like just trying to make sense of that. And then also keeping up with everything that's going on, hitting a couple roadblocks right now with some things I'm trying to FOIA involving the Virginia case. But I don't know, dude. I try to keep up as much as I can.
I love it. And I mean, you really got me intrigued now with that FOIA little bit you just mentioned there.
Dude,
so did that come out of that recent autopsy kind of forensic thing, or what are you looking into there?
I'm trying to find flight logs. I want to find more detail, but I'm hitting roadblocks. I've been now to NARA and a couple of other agencies, and nobody seems to have anything. So it's just going to submit some more, appeal some others, keep at it,
And this would be, I'm assuming, the flight coming from maybe the States down into Brazil and back.
The one that landed in Campinas. I'm trying to find it. Trying to find it.
Man, it's so cool. Keep us posted on that. That's
Will
super
do.
exciting. Yeah,
absolutely.
Very cool.
It might be black, and it might have people dressed in black on it.
Here's from Yanni right here. Love Benji, of course. We all do, obviously.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And here's from Lara. Also, Benji, what's up?
My people.
So,
I love those guys.
Yeah, and you're so loved and appreciated in the community, because if you don't have a community, then it's like that's what you're kind of creating content for, is to have a community of people that are working towards a common goal of figuring it out. And what you're doing is you've found something that, okay, I can do this to try to get an answer on that. You know, I actually worked on something this week with somebody that was really cool that sent me some imagery, some video, and I spent a lot of time on that. So hopefully I can speak with her and find out what the results were. So yeah, everybody just pitching in, man, and you're a big part of it. Plus, you let people like ourselves and Frank and Holly know that what we're doing is listened to and it's appreciated. Otherwise, why do it?
You know, that's the whole reason I have a social media is like I don't have a channel of my own. I pretty much share whatever I find useful in my research and like things that I look into, and I just keep the social media stuff public so that everybody else can follow like what I find, and also it allows people to find you guys at the same time. So to me, like you said, DJ, it's just the whole community element of it.
Thank you so much.
Nothing else I can say.
No, I appreciate it, and I actually babbled a little bit too long because we have to bring in the next group in order to stay on schedule, as Holly would probably say if she was trying to be really posh. So
there we go. Yes.
Thank you so much, Frank Jones. I look forward to speaking with you and having a more long-form convo that we haven't had. Holly, you're probably sick of having long-form convo with me. And Benji, I hope to speak to you anytime you want. You got my number.
Always, man.
Namaste.
Appreciate you guys. Thanks for coming.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks a lot. It's been a pleasure.
Bye, guys.
Later. All right, we got more that coming in, so stand by, everybody, bringing people on. Welcome, John, Priscilla, Kelly, Jay.
Yeah, party people, put those hands together for the CIA. It's John Ramirez.
What's up, John?
Hey, John.
Hi. Yes. And after that, I'll tell you what, in the center square that used to be piloted by Paul Lind on the Hollywood Squares, put your hands together for Priscilla, the Quantum Witch. Yes. Everybody that knows her loves her, and if you don't know her, you want to. Next up in the joint, co-conspirator on Perturbations and the host of the UFO Rabbit Hole. And guess what? She's a published author, Holmes. How you like that? Put your hands together for Kelly Chase.
I've never done a DJ intro before, and that was the best Christmas gift I could have asked for. So thank you.
Thank you, man. I didn't get to speak to you very much at the symposium, and much to my chagrin. I hope I have that opportunity in the future.
Oh, same. Yeah, it was great to see you, though.
Yes, ma'am. And speaking of the symposium that they had, anomalous inquiry, all this kind of business, I have to go and read it to say it, but you know what? I know who this man is. He's a tall guy in the back with the nice hair, the nice blazer, and the Apple laptop who made this joint, co-conspirator with James Iandoli. Put your hands together for J.C. King. Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Wonderful to be here. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you, brother. Hair looks good, and you know what? It's coming together because the string is moving right over there to your brother with the beard, looking like he was just out chopping some wood. Hey, bro, start the wood chip, bro. That's broken. I'm just going to use an axe. This guy's a musician. He's a content creator. He has a great show. So what's the name of your show again, brother? I ain't been on there. What's it called?
UFOs Plus.
It's a new streaming
Upgrade.
service, actually.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Witness Citizen.
Yeah, Witness Citizen.
Can I get a witness?
Sean, can I get a witness? Hey! Sean Rash, he's a musician too, baby. How you like that?
Yes.
Yeah. I like how nobody clapped for me. Awesome.
Oh, we were waiting for DJ to
Oh,
start
I'm
talking.
nobody.
I was clapping
know.
under the table. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. You want claps? I got claps.
Hello, DJ Nathan, Deb, Kelly, Priscilla, John, and Jay.
Good to see you again, Sean. It's been a while.
Yeah, been a while. Good to be here. Thanks for having me. I'm looking forward to whatever we're gonna do for the next 15 minutes. It's gonna be awesome.
That's right.
It will be.
Buckle up.
You got that right, Holmes. So yeah, it's happy holidays to everybody, whatever it is that you celebrate. I celebrate with you. And Nathan drew up some really cool questions, and I might even throw in a question here. We'll see how it goes, but with cabbies, we got to get up to some ridiculousness. So Nathan, please take it away, sir.
All right. So if you've been watching the show at all, we've been doing a little trivia.
Okay.
So we got a couple trivia questions for this group, and because the group's a little larger, I might even throw a third question in. We'll see how it goes. So here we go. So Cab's ridiculous holiday trivia.
All right.
Where is the UAP report? Is it A, in J. Allen Hynek's briefcase? B, buried in that one hole at Skinwalker Ranch? C, inside Ron Moultrie's Trekkie Collectibles display case? Or D, the report exists but is not physical and thus only exists in your mind?
Oh, John Ramirez, right away, man. Boom.
Yeah, John, what you think about this one?
Oh, I think I'll go with D.
Yeah.
It's what
You can't go wrong with that, yeah.
DJ, in government we have this term called vaporware, when people think about software but never write it. That's what it is. It's vaporware. So I'll go with D.
I love it. I don't know how many contracts you've done for vaporware, John. Hopefully they weren't for a whole lot of money. The procedurals were undefined. Anyway, go ahead, Nathan. Take it away, bro.
Yeah, Priscilla, what do you think about this one?
I definitely think it's inside Ron Moultrie's Trekkie Collectibles display.
I love that. Yeah. How big is that display case, you think? Is it?
I don't know, man. I feel like he's like a secret, like super nerd.
Like he's got a whole
He has to
room
pretend
with-
he doesn't care about all this, but he secretly wishes he's working on a spaceship.
I like that. Love it.
Are
Kelly,
these
what about
real
you?
answers, or did you make these up?
Yeah, these are real answers. I know I have a source,
figured.
and I can't tell you who it is.
Yeah, one of these is actually true.
One of these is
Yeah.
in fact true. Yes.
There's an NDA.
Just checking.
Be careful. There's an NDA.
That's true. There's always one. Kelly, what do you think?
I gotta go D also, and I can't believe we didn't think of this. What we really should be doing is getting together and doing some heists to summon the report, and that's our issue.
I think that's
We
fabulous.
know
We
the
could even remote
protocols.
view it probably. Why
Wow,
not try
Priscilla,
that?
man, you're on this, man.
We can do that, Priscilla. Let's do a ceremony. Let's go for it.
Oh man!
Love
Also, by the way, I'm trying to draft Priscilla. We've got a paranormal investigator coming on in February, and I'm trying to get Priscilla to co-host.
Oh
that
yes,
episode
I
with
forgot
us.
to message you about that. The answer is yes.
Yeah, awesome, man. The Ghost Sisters. Mandy, I'm trying to remember her. Mandy Cummings from the Ghost Sisters, former correctional officer turned paranormal investigator and medium. So yeah, I'm really excited about that.
Man, making the magic happen. I love it. All right, Jay,
right.
what do you think about this one here?
I think it's somewhere between C and D.
I
I
knew
think
you'd say that.
I think because there was that press conference the other day, and they were kind of they were mentioning numbers of reports and things like that, which tells me that it at least lives in somebody's head. But it seemed that they were probably referencing some docs there as well, which probably went back into Ron Moultrie's Trekkie Collectibles display case.
Gotcha,
So
he's got
I don't
the-
know if that's if we got to go one or the other, I'm going to go C. But in reality, I think we're looking at kind of a CD kind of a situation where it's like a little bit of a 3-card Monty. You know what I mean? They're trying to, you know what I mean? Like it's probably right now it's sitting in the same place that the intact craft is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it could even be on a CD for all we know. I don't
Wait,
know.
That's right.
Wait,
You
but
know.
That's right.
Ooh, a
Nathan,
CD, you
okay,
say.
Nathan, Jay, along with a couple of members of this panel, have some, let's call them friends who can sort of go through walls without having to open a door. So if you guys could call in a favor, not one that's asking to grow my hair back, although some of it did grow back after the symposium, but that's another story.
Just one giant hair.
No, there was about 7 or 8 of them actually.
Oh my goodness.
But beside the
Nice.
point.
Anomalous, right?
But if you guys could call in a favor, maybe we could see if the report exists in a desk. So I'm asking you, Priscilla, I'm asking you, Jay King and John Ramirez, please talk to some of your, let's call them friends for right now.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sean, all right, Sean, I want to hear from you. What do you think about this one?
I'm gonna go with A.
Mm.
All
Wow. I
right.
like that.
Hi-
Yeah.
Heine's
So it's been there all
briefcase.
this whole time. It's been in that briefcase. Yeah.
I mean, I don't have a good explanation for why I picked A. They all seem pretty not realistic, so I'm just going with
Sean has
the
notes.
first choice.
Oh, come on, Sean. Where's your sense of
Or-
humor?
or you-
You were
or you
so
can
funny
write
on
in-
Cab. Come
or
on.
you-
You were so funny on your
It's
episode.
called dry, DJ.
Okay.
you know.
That's drier than vermouth. Come on.
Exactly, which you're having way too much of, sir. By the way,
Dude, this is like my first class. I'm not even at Vinnie Adams levels yet.
I'll write in other and say it's with the Air Force along with the Tic Tac data they stole.
Oh yeah, the write-in answer. I like that. All right, fantastic.
An
Deb,
actual
what-
answer.
Yeah, that's the real answer. Deb, what do you think about that?
I mean, honestly, I'm afraid, like, I'm having this visual. It's like I'm remote viewing it, that it's like under a parrot cage or something. That's how much they're valuing this. But you know what? I think we're going to get it before the end of the year, guys. And an optimistic note. Let's bring up the spirit. It's going to happen.
That's what they say.
I love it. She's channeling Dan. She's channeling Dan Zetterstrom right now.
Yes.
It's
Oh.
coming.
There
We're
we
gonna
go.
get it. We're gonna get everything.
I love it.
All right.
Well, we have another
Love it.
question. I'm just going to go ahead and move to the next one if that's cool. What would be your hope for the new year in 2023? So, A, disclosure. B, an additional name change for the UAP office. B, a buy one, get one interdimensional pajamas deal. So
Love
just, you can get those. And D, or D, peace on earth. But, John, what kind of stands out for you here?
Well, I mean, it's hard not to pick D. That's an aspiration, I guess, as long as it's peace on earth and not pieces of the earth.
Right.
So yeah, but you know, I don't think disclosure will happen. I actually B seems it's not something I hope for, but it's probably likely. That office has changed names so many times, and who knows? Because you know that NDAA gets rewritten every year, and who knows what Congress wants the name change to be this time? You know, for the next fiscal year. So I'm going with B being the most likely, but aspirationally, I'll pick D.
Love
Peace
it.
on earth.
Fantastic. Thank you, John. Priscilla, what do you think about this?
I'm with John. I think that B is most likely, but I really hope for a BOGO on interdimensional pajamas because I hate having to buy them here and there. So if I get one for free, it'll at least make me feel like I saved some money traveling dimensions. And sometimes you don't get pajamas in the other dimension, which is also weird.
And they're so comfortable.
She's
That's what I've heard. I've never worn them. I don't know.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm hearing. Fantastic. Kelly.
I mean, it feels like you should definitely say peace on earth, but if I'm being honest, the answer in my heart is that I hope that it's B and that UFO Twitter gets to name it.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh.
I think we do a
man.
good job.
There were,
Or a
imagine the
terrible
fights
job.
that would
be a
happen,
fun
though. I was
talk
going
to
to say
have on
that could
UFO
be.
Twitter.
I know
Aw.
Deb's answer to this
That's
question,
so
but I
cute.
won't say it.
Love it. All right, Jay Christopher, what you think?
Well, I mean, I agree with John that it's hard to not go with peace on earth. But if I'm not going to have peace on earth, I guess, and government disclosure is so tricky, right? Because you never know what you're really going to get there. So I'm going to go with interdimensional pajamas this time as well. Because if I'm not going to get peace on earth, I want to get those pajamas because astral nudity is not something,
Yep.
you know, you never know who you're going to bump into on the astral plane.
It's true.
So I'm going to go with the ID pajamas. Yep.
Fantastic. All right, Sean, what about you?
Oh boy. You know, first of all, it's pretty funny that if you're going to go interdimensional, you have to do it in pajamas. A change for the UAP office, peace on earth disclosure. I'm going to go with E, Mothman.
Okay.
He's going from that
Yeah.
earlier
Yeah.
question, Nathan.
Yeah, well, he's had some rough years.
Yeah.
Maybe this will be like a good year for him, right?
I love that you just said Mothman. Not what you want to happen with Mothman. Just
Mothman.
That's just his hope.
Just Mothman.
Yeah,
All the
no,
Mothman
I mean, I'd hate my friends to go interdimensional without me, so I'll pick C as well. Yeah.
Nice.
I love that interdimensional pajamas specifically because you got to have something that's, spark arresting, that's like not going to create static electricity aboard the craft and all that,
Yeah.
with all these wave guides and stuff, it could get wicked. So that's I like that one. Deb,
Yeah.
I'm fascinated to see what you're going to say to this one.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm just going to have to say peace on Earth. I think if we're going to
What?
be in an advanced civilization, we got to do it. And then maybe we'll get to disclosure and they'll be comfortable coming and sitting down at the table with us. Peace on Earth, people. Let's do it.
I think Deb has been abducted because the Deb I know would have said disclosure, disclosure, disclosure.
It's not
I'm picking-
disclosure we need, it's transparency. Because they've
Okay.
already said
There you
UFOs
go.
are real.
Point.
UFOs are
right.
real, guys, but not transparent pajamas, just transparent government. Thank you.
Love it.
Transparent pajamas are definitely real. I'm just gonna
Please
say.
tip your bartender and wait staff. I love it. I love it.
They do
All right,
exist.
how much time we got, Nathan?
We've got
5
a few minutes left, so I would like to, hear what everybody's up
Yeah.
to, and also thank them for being on the show. So, Kelly, I'm gonna start with you. So, what's going on with you at the end of the year, and what's looking ahead?
Lots is going on. I'm trying like heck to get myself to a place where I can get out 2 episodes a month. So I've been doing a lot of work in the background to try to make that happen. I've got another book coming out probably in the spring. Yeah. And Nathan and I'm very excited for us to move forward with Perturbations. I feel like it's only just gotten started, but there's so many interesting conversations around AI art happening right now that I'm excited to dive into with my dude. So
Very
yeah,
good. At some point, the AI will host the show for us. I think.
exactly. We all just retire. We're good.
Exactly. Fantastic, Priscilla. What's going on with you?
A lot, but not like anything crazy. I'm gonna start. I guess I'm gonna start putting all my stuff on audio, all of my YouTubes, because Kelly's been helping me out with that because it was just overwhelming to me till she's like, it's not that hard. Settle down. And so I've got a great support group for that. I'm excited about that, and I'm gonna reformatting the show so I'm not reading like 3 books a month, only 2, because I want to be able to enjoy the book a little more.
Nice.
Because I can read them, but I just feel like I want to savor the book, and if I'm reading 3 or 4 books a month, like I'm doing now, it's hard. So that, and I'm finally going to get to take my first astro class, so I'm excited about that for my degree.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's so cool that you're doing that. Fantastic. Well, John, what you been up to lately, John?
I'm trying to catch up on my reading, and the book I'm reading right now is by Dr. Masters, which was the answer to your previous question, this extra tempestrial model. So I'm getting into this now because I've heard things about this kind of like from semi-official sources I can't reveal, but they encourage me to look at this model as well as interdimensional, and I'm calling intraterrestrial versus ultra because I think they're like here. So I am trying to read this book, and also near term on Tuesday I'll be on with Martin Willis UFO podcast, or podcast UFO rather, because we got interrupted with technical issues, and so we're doing a do-over on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So that's what I'm up to. Thank you.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Thanks, John. No, great book and great show. Please say hi to Martin for us when you see him. And Jay, what's going on with you?
Oh gosh. Well, I basically need to like crash for maybe 10 straight days. I trick myself into thinking that like the end of the conference is like the end of the conference, but that's not true at all, because that's just the beginning of the paperwork for the conference. So right now I'm finally kind of getting to the point where I can start enjoying the holidays, like with you guys. So I'm really enjoying that. And then when I've been enjoying getting back into doing Witness Citizen with the wonderful Sean. That's been awesome. We have our own holiday party that's coming on Wednesday, and that's going to be dope as heck. And going into the new year, I have a little bit of time to work on the experiencer group before getting back into doing some of these conferences in April. And then I think I'm already planning on going down to the Archives of the Impossible conference that's going to be happening in May. It's be the second week in May. Jeff hasn't announced the guests or anything like that yet, but I'm blowing his secret. right here
Man,
on
that's
Calling All
exciting.
Beings. We got to go down.
Make sure
to that.
you
It'll be
pack
fun.
your interdimensional pajamas when you take that trip.
Oh my gosh!
You'll need them for the archives of the impossible. That's what I understand.
That's right. I wouldn't want to run into Jeff Kripal on the astral plane without covering
Like in
the
a
right
loincloth or
parts.
something.
Yeah, that would be
I
so
love it.
embarrassing. Or like a fig leaf or whatever else. Indeed.
You know, Jeff
Thank
has
you
some
for
great
those.
like paisley embroidered pajamas. You know,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
very
Like a
classy
robe.
and
Oh, of
amazing.
course. Oh yeah.
We don't. His shirts
Silky.
are interdimensional. We just haven't realized it yet. So
Oh, true.
Gosh, you're
Excellent
right.
point. Yeah, excellent point. Well, Sean, I want to hear what's going on with you, man. I know you've been starting the show back up. What's up?
Yeah, just going at my own pace. No, I don't do I don't have any big, huge projects or anything. I just kind of go with the flow, so to speak. So, doing shows once a week. I'd put a semi tough piece together on the YouTube channel recently called On a Collision Course, where I cover 5 pilot UAP encounters where they were on a collision course with it. So I go through 5 different accounts and I put that together today, which is pretty good. They're just brief accounts, so I don't go into extreme detail, but I cover one from the 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s. So covers the course of a few decades, but I just thought it'd be interesting to focus in on actual harrowing encounters where these pilots actually thought they were going to crash with the UAP. I don't know about you, but I could never picture myself actually flying a plane, let alone being on a collision course with a UFO. So, those are pretty intimate encounters that all those pilots had. So I tried to do that real quick and, maybe having some guests in the future doing stuff like that, but mostly just trying to stay happy and keep afloat. So
Love it. Well, that's so exciting, and I appreciate the work that you do. I appreciate the work that all of you guys do. It's just great to see your faces. Great to have you with us on this show. Thanks for cutting up with us and and doing some trivia fun with us. And we look forward to seeing what you guys get up to in the new year. And I think it will be an exciting year. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm feeling. So
Mothman year.
Mothman, year of the Mothman, right? Year of the Mothman.
And
So
if you
I'm
do
gonna
a
with
show, I was going to
with-
say, can you do a show on near collisions with a large sleigh with reindeer ahead of it?
I didn't find any of those in the Blue Book files, unfortunately. So.
Yeah, we got to look harder. You know what? Happy holidays to you, Sean. Thank you for coming on and joining us. Your second appearance on Cab, not the last. You were so much fun last time with Katie. We were laughing for about an hour. J. Christopher King, thank you so much for what you're doing for the community in terms of bringing together all these people. The fellowship there was worth the price of admission.
Mhm.
And then we had speakers as well. So that was awesome. John, my man, what's up, fam? Thank you so much, man. I've told Deb I missed you, so I'm glad you decided to join us today. Namaste. Priscilla, I'll try not to bug you that much in 2023. I really will. And Kelly Chase, it's a pleasure to meet you, ma'am. All right.
Of course, it was so much fun. We had a blast.
Awesome.
One love.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you
Bye,
around.
guys. Good seeing everybody.
Bye,
Happy
guys.
holidays.
Happy
Bye, DJ. Bye,
holidays.
Happy
Nathan.
holidays.
See you.
All right, we got some more folks coming in now.
Yeah.
So stand by. Hey, Linda.
Let's bring him on in here.
Susan.
Yeah.
Woo!
Hi.
How's it going?
She is a
Welcome.
legend in the UFO community, an
Susan.
experiencer, an investigator, and a straight up OG. We're talking about Linda Thompson. Yes.
Thank you. I was trying to see Susan. She's in the dark.
There's my homie
Hiding.
from New York City. To say it like Mick Jagger. I'm going to have to send this to Julie again because I don't know where Julie's at. Julie, are you here? Oh, there he is.
Oh,
My man.
Susan sent me a message on Twitter, said she didn't have a link.
She got it now, baby, because she in the studio
Oh, there
with
she is.
David John Lanier. Alabama's own. What's up, Littlefoot? How's Bigfoot doing outdoors over there?
Me? Bigfoot?
No, I hope Bigfoot not slapping on the house, being like, "Yo, give me some roast beef."
Not lately. Not today.
Good. Susan Fenton, he hasn't come over to your flat in Brooklyn, has he? In Bigfoot?
I keep waiting, but he must have
glass
made a
of
right,
Chablis.
a right on Atlantic and then over to Broadway. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
I wish.
All right, where's Julie? We got to get Julie Farrell. I'm gonna send this to her again.
Make sure
I don't
she's
know
got
what's
the
going
link.
on.
and then we'll get,
Okay, but let me see again because she's in the chat right now.
Oh,
Julie.
good.
Julie, yeah, she's in the chat, so we got that going for her. Julie Farrell. All right, you guys talk amongst yourselves.
Yes.
as
While
Linda
we're waiting,
Richmond would
we
say.
can start the next round of trivia. I think so.
Yeah, please do.
We do that. Thanks for being with us today, guys. Thanks for willing to cut up with us just a little bit at the end of the year. So we're going to continue with our Cabs Ridiculous Holiday Trivia. And this question is, where is Element 115 likely stored? Is it A, Area 51, B, Bob Lazar's lab, C, George Knapp's basement, or D, inside one of those hard plastic clamshell packages which are guaranteed to cut your finger when you try to open them? Linda, I'm going to go with you first. What do you think? Where is this Element 115?
I think it's D and then C.
Exactly. I love the combo. That's fantastic. Now you know what I'm talking about with those packages, right? You've experienced that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I agree.
Absolutely terrifying. Every time I see one, I don't want to open one. It just scares me. Fantastic answer. So it's in a package and it's in George Knapp's basement. Yeah, that makes sense to me. I love that.
It's right next to the Peabody Award.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Well, Susan, what do you think about this one?
Well, I'm getting the psychic impression that Bob Lazar is actually stored in George Knapp's basement.
What?
Is he like in the Harrison Ford that sort of thing when he was like in that sealed up in that? What was that, Nathan? Right here, the carbon.
The carbonite. The carbonite.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
carbonite.
yeah.
Wow.
This is like a Russian nesting doll of where the Element 115 happens to be. So
Now we know what it
Bob
does for
Lazar is
people.
also in George Knapp's basement.
Yes. Either that or
may
it's in
be
a
at Area
storage
51.
facility in the desert. What?
And George Knapp's basement may really be at Area 51.
See, it's all
Yes, it's coming together. And then what they do is Joe Rogan wants Lazar. Can you go ahead and defrost him? We got to get him out of here by this afternoon. So they go ahead and hit that carbonite thing, and then
yeah.
That's
as long
crazy,
as you
man.
pay the bounty off, you can unfreeze him. Yeah. Exactly. That's fantastic. All right, David, what speaks to you here?
I'm going with D because it seems to be with these types of things, it's always like it's on a laptop, in a filing cabinet, in a basement, in a bunker, and we lost the key.
Yeah.
So it's I'm going with D.
That's a great answer. Yeah, no, for sure. And I mean, those things are practically impenetrable. That's the word I'm looking for there. Yeah. Very, very dangerous. Very dangerous. Just be careful. If you get one of those at Christmas time, holiday time, just kids, hey, just be careful. Get the scissors. Ask mom and dad for help. You don't want to get cut opening that Element 115. No, it's very dangerous. All right. Well, let's move on to the next question here. Let's see. Okay, this is a good one. I love this one. So, what does woo mean? All right. So, A, I don't know, but I recognize it when I see it. B, wild, ornery object. C, everything but the kitchen sink. Or D, that feeling you get when you are 12 tweets deep in a 30-tweet thread about consciousness. All right, Linda, what do you think?
Definitely D.
Yeah, that's when you feel the woo, right? You're kind of in that moment. Yeah, one with the woo. Mm-hmm.
Right.
I feel like woo, get me out of here.
Yeah, you're looking for the exit on that tweet thread. Yeah,
exact.
I love it. Susan, what about you? What do you think?
Woo is when you hit the retweet by accident and don't realize it, and then realize it. That's
yeah, I've been there. It's dangerous. You got to watch that retweet.
Yeah, slippery.
Very slippery. Very slippery. Love that. All right, David, what do you think here?
I'm also going with D. 12 tweets deep in a 23 30 tweet thread about consciousness. That's definitely woo.
It
That's
just,
why
yeah.
yeah. Anytime somebody asks me what it means, that's where I send them. either my tweet threads or someone else's.
What are we talking about here? All right, here's the link. Just
Yeah.
start this and then come back to me in about 12 tweets, and then we'll talk
Right.
about it. Yeah. Fantastic. All right, I see Jules connecting. Excellent. Deb, what do you think about this one?
There she
I
is.
think, I don't know. It might be some kind of wild, ornery object. I don't know.
Mhm. It could be. Could be. Refused to be tamed, that wild, ornery object.
I love it, man. Jules of the Wood is in
Yes,
the joint.
Jules, welcome.
She's the moderator of this chat. Yeah.
We have been so grateful to have Jules helping us with the show and keeping
Thank
the
you.
audience in check. It makes a huge difference. And Julie, thank you for joining us today. Julie, did you catch this question? I'd love to get your answer. What sticks out for you here in the options? Oh, she might be frozen.
She looks frozen.
Maybe she's demonstrating woo
Done.
in action. It's like
The question
Charades.
is
Mhm.
It gives me time to change my answer to everything and the kitchen sink.
Okay, so the all of the above sort of situation. Yep.
Yeah.
And I am also, I want to let you know, I am armed and ready with a question as well.
Oh,
so
okay.
we got
All right.
ammunition for you guys. Look who's in the joint.
Yeah, you've got one in the chamber. All right. Well, then let's hear from you, DJ. What you got going on there?
Well, before we do that, we got to say hello to the
Lampy.
fabulous Lampy.
Hey, Lampy.
Hi.
What's up, Lampy? Good to see you again.
Yeah.
Hi. Sorry I'm late. I had a bit of a StreamYard snafu, but I'm here now.
Look how cool she looks,
I
man.
love the outfit. Yes.
Dopadelic. Is there anyone here that hasn't met Lampy? Linda, have you met Lampy?
I've seen her on shows, but I have not met her.
Hello.
Linda, Lampy, Linda.
Nice to meet you.
She is the official cab legal advisor. Should we get in any trouble?
Oh
or
no!
need to know
Don't say
something
that.
about the-
Don't say that.
True.
Nice to meet you too.
That's where we send our mail, actually, to Lampy's
Yeah.
address. Yeah.
Anyway, it's a pleasure to have you. I've got a question. And I have I hope that Linda doesn't jump all over this, but she might. So let me see. And you know what? If she does that, I'll hold it until the end if you do guess it. But let's see what we got here. Okay. So these are thought leaders of the UAP community, PhD, OGGs, as I like to call them, our esteemed friends in the community that have joined us and provided some very thought-provoking topics for us to consider and expanded our thought process on what this might be, which is what we're all doing here, essentially trying to figure it out. So this quote is from PhD, and it says, "No matter how many years we spent in school, we may still be undereducated in terms of our planetary intelligence. Our schooling and education have led us to be aware of our economic and useful qualities, but not those aspects of awareness that simply exist unconditionally. We have been conditioned to look outside ourselves for happiness. Thus, we have become entrained to the rhythms of organizations, machines, and beliefs rather than our natural environment and its resonance, a very subtle bioenergetic signals." Which thought-provoking person in the UAP community made that quote?
Oh, that's a tough one. Who do we start with here?
Let's start with David John Lanier. He's left to right.
Excellent.
that sounds like something Gary Nolan would say.
That is a great guess, because
But it's wrong.
I do have quotes, some Gary Nolanisms today, but that one wasn't him. Susan Fenston with what can only be described as an amazing hat and very complimentary to you.
Thank you. The snow bunny is my spirit animal. I'm gonna go with John Ramirez. There's a little John Ramirez-ish about that quote.
I like, something, his philosophy does align with that, but it wasn't him who made the quote. But yeah, John Ramirez is quite an amazing guy. Oh, she's back, but let's go to Linda Thompson on this one.
Sounds similar to what Eric Weinstein said this weekend. So I'm just going to say Eric Weinstein.
Ooh, another great guess, and another person that when he speaks, it's pretty amazing. The thoughts that he puts into your head and the way he's able to express himself. But it's not him, Lampy.
I mean, somebody has guessed valet every time. It's got to be right one of these times.
Hold on. Let me try this again. We're trying to bring in somebody here. And we're trying to bring in another guest. Do we have space? Jules
We have the
fell off
space.
again. So okay,
Yep.
so yeah, we have another guest coming in. So Nathan, do you want to take?
Well,
a
she did.
shot?
She did take a guess. Did she get it right?
I'm sorry. Who was it?
She Lampy guessed Jacques Vallée. Is that
okay? It was not Professor Vallée.
It's gonna be him one of these times.
One of these is going to be him. This other individual was messaging me for the link because I think one of the links somehow it didn't work. I don't know in that copy and paste.
Never
One
know.
of these days we'll figure out a way to universally do that. But I just sent it to him and see if that works.
Can you give us another clue on this one? This feels harder than I think we thought it would. So it's a PhD. That's
Yep.
And
Someone
is it?
who
Are they still alive? Let me ask that.
Yes, he's still alive, and he speaks on the topic quite a bit. Hey, Jules, are you there?
Can I try to throw a guess in?
Give it, Deb.
yes,
Go
ma'am.
for it.
I think that sounds like to me sounds like Sean Cahill and Lou Elizondo mixed together. Like
What's interesting is Nathan. I mean, on this show has espoused a very similar opinion. So a lot of people I think share this, but it's not him. Not him. Matt is already here. Matt, let me bring you back in a few minutes because there's one person that's going to be part of this that I hope he's going to be able to dial in, and then we'll bring you back. And thank you, brother. Let me see if he. Okay, so Nathan, take it away for a second, and let me.
Man, this is a tough one. So we've tried Vallée, we've tried Nolan, we've tried Weinstein. It's a PhD, so it's Dr. Somebody.
Sean
I feel like you
Carnegie?
wouldn't. Does that sound right, DJ?
It's not. No.
Okay. We already went with
okay.
Dr. Michael Masters earlier, so it can't be. I'm guessing you didn't go with him twice.
I don't think I'm familiar enough with all the thought leaders outside of like the core group.
Right? Is this a
And
Jeffrey
I don't know who
Kripal,
has
perhaps?
a PhD and who doesn't.
It's
Right.
okay, so I'm hoping that he's going to be in here in a second, but it's Dr. Simeon Hines said that. He has the link.
Yeah.
And like again, I had to be careful because there's certain buzz, words. If I would have used them, you'd just known exactly who it is. So he has the link, and hopefully he's going to get in here. I'll send it to him again. He was just messaging me to see if he could, because I think he had the wrong link. So
Excellent. Cool.
Oh, that's not him. That's Chris
our
Lato.
next group. Well, we'll keep moving here. So, David, what you've been working on? I know it's the end of the year for you. And first of all, I want people to know David is an excellent artist and musician, and I've been enjoying his music a lot. I'm plugging your music, David. I really like it. So, I think folks could check it out. But the best way to find that is like through the Manuk YouTube, or
You can just. I think I'm on all the social medias. I always hesitate to say anything about it because you get kind of swarmed with people going like, "He's got an angle. He's trying to tell something." But yeah, I appreciate that. It's I think there's actually a link on my Twitter page, like in my bio.
Nice.
It's a hobby. It's something to do. But as far as UFO related stuff goes, I'm supposed to be on with Priscilla on her show on the 21st, and a handful of other, experiencers to discuss what have you. And then I actually just finished working with, I don't know his name. He's from Singapore. His name is Nick, and he's a game designer, and he made some artwork that's pretty close to the being I saw, the gray.
Oh, wow.
It's got some color in there, and it's really, really close. So I'll kind of put that out there and then just keep doing what I do. And then in my real life, just work.
Love it. Love it. Excellent. Well, thanks for joining us today. Susan, what's going on in your world?
Well, I've got some exciting stuff coming up, but I can't talk about it. That's the worst. It's the good. It's great, but I just can't. I can't even talk about it.
Wow.
So,
all right, cool.
All I can say is like things are getting exciting, and keeping news to yourself is very, very hard. But you got to sign a contract before you start telling everybody. But I'm very excited and very honored, and hopefully some news will be rolling out soon.
Nice. We will stay tuned to that for sure. Very exciting.
Yeah.
Thank you for telling us about that. So, Linda, what's going on with you?
Okay, so I'm also supposed to be on several shows coming up, but I've been staying busy on my cases, and I've got some private cases I'm also working on, and the research and trying to get my database of archives a little bit straight because it's so embarrassing. But I keep trying to get John Greenwald to tell us how he does his, but nope.
Man, there's so much content. I'm sure you have a lot of material. Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah. Well, we look forward to hearing more from you in 2023. It's been an exciting year so far. And I know you've been staying busy, so can't wait to hear more from your side. And Lampy, I know it's been a while since we've had a chance to chat. So what's been going on in your neck of the woods?
Yeah, like I've kind of been off Twitter for a while. I've mostly just been working, doing stuff out here in the real world. And then I got invited by DJ to come back and see all you guys, and I was really excited. And it seems like every time I pop back into the scene that some new exciting stuff has happened. I am just waiting for the time that I come back and the alien embassy has been set up in DC and everyone's gone home, and like now we're just sharing memes.
I love it. Yes, you're the bellwether of things that happen. So whenever you appear, then amazing stuff is happening in UFO world.
Lampadelic, baby.
Absolutely. Well, we've enjoyed our time with all of you guys. I'm sorry it's been so short. We look forward to talking with you all again.
But thanks for having me. Really love it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Happy holidays.
Great seeing you
Yeah,
all.
and thank you
Bye.
for being our
Bye.
friends and being so great in the community. Thank you, everybody. We
Yeah.
really
Thank you.
appreciate everything you do.
Happy
Peace.
holidays,
Bye.
everybody.
Happy holidays.
Namaste.
All right. New crew coming in here.
Uh-oh.
Stand by.
Oh!
Yes.
I love when men make that noise when I show
It's
up on the scene.
That's a get wild up in here. Woo!
Excellent.
Yes! Aha! Can I get an amen?
Man, what a lineup here. They keep coming in, DJ. Just
Oh, I love the
This feels like
snowman.
grabbing onto some electrical wires. How are you
Yes.
guys doing? Happy Sunday.
Good. Yeah, happy Sunday. Happy holidays. Doing well. Good to have you with us.
Yeah, before we get crazy up in here, let's say hello to the man we know as Corey, but on Twitter, he's known as Jacques Keel, the Prince of Positivity. Yeah, future guest on cam.
Yeah, welcome.
DJ, Nathan, Deb, it's an honor for you guys to have me on. Thank you.
It is an honor for us to have you on. You're right.
Absolutely.
My honor.
That's why usually people say it's so nice for you to see me, everybody. I'm just nice for me to see you.
He says that to me all the time, in fact. Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, the next one, let's talk about the name of her podcast. Deb, what's the name of her podcast?
It's the Invisible Night School.
Ooh, the Invisible Night School. You know what time it is, right, Corey? It's prime time. Prime time. Prime time. Yeah. Woo, Leah Prime.
Feels like summoning Beetlejuice. You say my name 3 times, and I'm going to appear in a puff of pot smoke with a pile of books.
Woo!
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, she's like drowning books. Like that.
Definitely one of the smartest people on UFO Twitter.
Ain't no about a doubt that, man. So right to her left, though, is another smart person. He can spin a yarn. and he can tell you what you need to know, and he's cool. He's teaching yoga, he's teaching cycling, and he done did the Yorkshire Cycle Cross. Is some kind of 3-peak challenge. I don't even want to know, man. It's painful. That's all I got to say. Put your hands together for Davy Johnston, the host of Shifting Gears.
Hey everybody, and what an absolute joy to be here with friends, family, and new acquaintances. Beautiful.
Yes, it is, man. It's a beautiful thing. My fellow yoga teacher right over there, Davy Johnston. At the bottom of the screen is a brother that we got to meet. It was another blessing, along with meeting Corey and meeting Leah, was to meet this gentleman at dinner. Well, actually, just before dinner, we got to meet him at the venue. And he's another brilliant brother, and people know him as Matt Monroe. Yeah!
Hi, DJ. I had to wear some sunglasses because you're always wearing them, and I finally got to see your eyes the other day. So, hey, this is a tribute to you.
Yeah, thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. If I looked a little better, I wouldn't wear them all the time. I almost wore them at the event, but I'm like, look at this dude, man, thinking he all Hollywood in here. But anyway, next to him is a brilliant content creator. Is it the Lato Files? Is that what we call it?
That's it. Lato Files.
Yeah, at
I didn't make it
Chris.
up.
At Chris Otis 78, my former U.S. Air Force brother, an F-16 pilot. Can you put your hands together for Chris Lato?
Happy holidays, everybody.
Shouts
He
out
has
to
a tall
Chris.
light behind him. Do you see
Great
the
to be
tall
here,
light
guys.
behind?
Oh, look who's here. He showed up. All right, we got him in here better late than never. But before we get to him, we're going to get a guy who's brought his acumen, his knowledge, his talent, and his skills for business. And if you want to know what kind of business, it's none of yours. But I'll tell you what, this guy is a very thoughtful and smart individual who's moving and shaking and making some things happen behind the scenes that y'all don't even know. Put your hands together for another brother we were blessed to meet who set up dinner for like 25 people at the symposium, Mr. Jordan Flowers. Woo!
Hey, guys.
Brother.
Jordan, you look
I
like
hope
you're
he's not
someplace
running from like a
warm.
T-Rex at Jurassic Park. It looks like
Or-
he's, there could be something
Yes,
back there.
if so, drop the phone and run faster. If there's the T-Rex, and somebody who might take down the T-Rex is our next guest with some sort of an elephant rifle over there. Somebody who's written and spoken significantly about Sasquatch, about UFOs and paranormal. Someone who we have done 2 Simeon Hine quotes on this show so far, and nobody guessed him, which was great. So, Dr. Simeon Hine, how are you, brother?
Hey, how you doing, DJ? Hey, guys.
Hey, man, good to see you again.
Yes, thanks.
Welcome, sir. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
there you go, Davey. There you go. I got mine too. I got mine right here.
Nice.
Never
I'm
go
s-
anywhere without it.
Dark Matter Monsters, baby. I'm sorry I failed on the sending of the link. But what I did is I pulled some quotes and I posed them and saw if people would know they're from you. And nobody guessed you. So it was great because I knew if I used certain keywords, they would know it's from you. So I try to stay away from that. But great job. I loved them. Great thoughts.
Yeah, it's great to have everybody here. And we have a few more trivia questions if you guys are interested in playing a little ridiculous trivia. So everyone's going to get very small on the screen while we put this up here. So our next question for the group: what does Eric Davis know about UFOs? Does he know A, everything, B, nothing, C, something, or D, Eric Davis is not an actual man, but instead a super intelligent AI Hawaiian shirt from the future, which happens to be draped over a cybernetic human endoskeleton, and it has come to warn humanity about the dangers of signing an NDA. I don't know who writes these things, but hey, what do we think about this? Davy Johnston, what is your thought here? What's the answer?
Go back and watch any video of Eric Davis. Any question he gets asked, he blinks twice before every answer. He's clearly a cybernetic AI robot from the future.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. How could he not be? Yeah.
Are you saying that's what the programming was? Is that, okay, blink twice, then respond?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
In front of
Got
us
it.
this whole time. Fantastic. Leia, what do you think here?
Well, I'm not sure I'm supposed to talk about this, but I do want to say he's definitely D because we were part of the same Skunkworks development program.
Oh my! Your NDA is broken. Legal representation. This is crazy. What's going on right now?
Yeah,
man?
that's a big reveal. Thank you. Oof, wow. Holy cow.
This is how disclosure happens. One day at
That's
a
right.
time.
One day, one voice at a time. I love it. I love it. Jacques, what speaks to you here? What does Eric Davis know about UFOs?
Well, I don't think anyone knows quite everything. He definitely doesn't know nothing. So I'm going to go with C. I think that he knows quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And he's held in high regard. But he also could be a cybernetic human. So C/D. That's okay.
Absolutely. We can combo it up, no problem. Absolutely. Fantastic. Matt, what about you?
I would say I would go with C something because he works for a very well-known Black Ops or Blue program, and he's like read the stuff by Bob Forward, and I think he if there's an outside the box thinker, Eric Davis is that, and I think he knows something, but like Plato, if you think you know everything, you don't know anything.
Absolutely. Well said.
Matt Monroe.
Absolutely. That's fantastic. All right, Chris, I know you've got some thoughts on this. What speaks to you here?
His name's been on just so many things, surprisingly as well. I mean, the safe answer is something, but if he doesn't know the answer by now, I'm going to go with B, that he doesn't know anything.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's good. Hedging your bets. That's smart. And Jordan, what about you here? What are you thinking?
I think we may be not giving him enough credit by saying he's, has a human endoskeleton. I think he might be the T-1000, liquid metal polyalloy. So
that's right. The AI shirt prevents the pattern recognition. That's why he wears it, so he can't be identified where he goes.
Dazzle camouflage.
Yeah. Exactly.
No, I think if Eric Davis doesn't know more than we do, then something is wrong. That's what I think.
Yep. Excellent answer. All right, Simeon.
Well, I'm going to go with C on this one because Eric Davis' ball lightning study that he did for the Air Force in 2003 was part of my research for dark matter monsters.
Nice.
And everything from page 32 to 60 of that Air Force study was whited out, redacted in whiteout. And ball lightning, go figure.
Wow.
So he must know something. If they're redacting literally half of his ball lightning research review of the literature, he must know something.
Absolutely. Wow. Yeah. How could he not? Well, I hope one day we get to hear a little bit about what that something happens to be. But until then, we will take the next trivia question here in our ridiculous holiday trivia. Which alien species would be voted most likely to put you back in the wrong car after an abduction? Would it be the Nordics, the tall grays, the Zeta Reticulans, or the Mantids? Davey, what do you think here?
For Christmas last year, my two young children got insects. We now have 44 of them. So my answer has to be insectoids. It's the mantids every time for you boys.
Yeah. They notoriously can't remember where to put things. Yeah.
They don't know left from right.
Exactly. Yeah. Leia, what do you think?
So I'm going to have to go with A because the Nordics strike me as a race of himbos. And while they may be very nice to look at, I don't entirely trust them to place me back into my stunning vehicle. I'll probably wind up in some, beater, rusted out Chevy Nova.
Man, that's unfortunate. Yeah, no, I hear you though. Jacques, what's your suspicion here?
I guess I want to go with the Zetas, the Zeta Reticulans. I've read a lot of reports of folks having those abductions and waking up with the wrong trousers on, or
the right shoe, foot in the left shoe.
Sounds like a good weekend, not a problem.
Yeah,
they know how to party, man. Those Zetas.
Yeah. So it could just be a good time. They just don't let you remember always.
Hey, Jacques, I just want to say Terry Lovelace said something about it was the mantids, and he had the wrong shoe on the wrong foot when they stuck him back at the in his tent by the tent in Devil's Canyon there. So I don't know, man. I mean, the mantids I think bear serious consideration here.
I would have to give you that. Lovelace, another Air Force veteran.
That's right. Another Air Force brother.
That's right. Oh, excellent guess there. All right, Matt, what do you think here?
I'm going to go with mantids because I don't like cockroaches, and I've stepped on quite a few. And if anybody's watched Men in Black, you see that giant cockroach come at you, man, yeah, they probably have the most karma points for me. So yeah, I would vote mantids.
Like definitely not putting him in the same car. That's
No, I could see Matt like the figure from Scarface, the Al Pacino character. You little cockroach! I'm going to squash you.
Yeah, they never forget a face. That's what I've heard. Chris, what about you? Why can't they get the right car here?
I think Zeta Reticulans. I just read Planet Serpo. I guess they all look the same. I guess they think we all look the same.
Yeah, any car will do, right? What's the difference?
Let's upgrade, can we please? How about that red one over there that has like the little rearing horse symbol on it, if you wouldn't mind, Mantid. So upgrade when you return.
I love it. All right, so, Dr. Heim, what would you say here?
I'm going on B with this one, tall grays, because I think that it's known that the tall grays don't have a lot of flexibility in their lower lumbar, so they can't bend over properly to identify the car. And because they're so tall, they just, they're just doing a bad job of car identification.
That makes sense. Very clunky.
The VIN, I think the VIN number should be more prominent, Simeon. This would help out because they're looking through the windshield and they're not able to identify that VIN number. It could be the glare. I don't know.
Roofs all look the same to them. It's just that, all right, Jordan, what do you think here?
Yeah, it seems like if the Nordics put you in a car at all, it would probably be a Volvo, right? I mean, if they're actually Nordics.
Fair
and
point.
I mean, I don't want that, But no, I think Leia Prime is actually probably. I'm going to pile on with her that I think their the physical appearance is probably inversely proportional to their trustability. So their trustworthiness. So I'm with you, Leia.
I love this. Jordan doesn't want to look like some family from Westchester County going on like a Vermont ski trip with the kids.
That is fantastic. All right, well, guys, because you're our last group, I actually have an extra question for you all, so I'm going to throw this one out.
I got one too, man. I got something for you.
You want to do yours before mine?
No, go ahead, brother.
Okay.
All
right, so here's the last one in the trivia that I have. So how fast can a UAP travel? A, ludicrous speed, B, hyperspeed, C, faster than light, or D, faster than Grant Cameron? So, Dave E. Johnson, what would you say to this one?
It has to be ludicrous speed because nothing, absolutely nothing, can go faster than Grant Cameron. with or without coffee. That guy is the most caffeinated man in the world, and I love him to pieces, but no, I'm going with ludicrous speed on this one.
Yeah, love it. Excellent. Leia, what do you think?
I was going to say it depends if Grant Cameron's having a good day or not. So I'll have to go definitely D. And if Grant Cameron's all juiced up, I'll have to say probably C, faster than light.
Yeah,
Leah, if he's juiced up and you have him on your show, like when he was on Cab, you might get to talk for about 90 seconds out of an hour show.
Excellent. Yeah, drinking from a fire hose. I know that game.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, Money.
I know, it's all good. Jacques, what answer speaks to you here?
DJ Nathan, sorry, man. Can I cut in? I gotta.
Oh yeah. Chris has to bounce. Let me get Chris real quick.
All right, brother.
Yeah, I'd say ludicrous speed, man. Nothing goes faster than Spaceballs.
That's fair. Yeah, that's true. Hey, and Chris, I know you got to bounce and really appreciate you joining us. You're a busy man, lots of things going on. Tell us a little about what's happening with UAP Society before you head out.
Well, we just did Mount Wilson. We went to Mount Wilson Ranch with Carl Vibe, Brent Stone, Chris Bartel. So we have a mini series coming out about that, and we have some exciting stuff going on. So that's what we'll be doing. We'll be talking about with Vinny and Dan Z. Carl will be there here on UAP Society. So I got to run. Thanks, everybody. Happy holidays.
Take care, brother.
thanks
I
for
look
joining
forward
us.
to
Take
speaking
care.
to you soon,
Happy
man.
holidays.
Hey, DJ.
Yep.
Haven't seen you guys. Ciao.
Yeah, I miss you, brother.
All right, so who's in? Jacques, we're back to you. What would you say here? Or maybe you did answer this.
I think Grant Cameron is a force of nature. And oftentimes he is faster than the speed of light. I think that UAPs are faster than the speed of light. So I'm going to go with D.
Grant Cameron.
Yeah.
It's so fast. It's so fast, though. I mean, I don't know.
He does a 2-hour interview in 20 minutes.
It's incredible. Yeah, no, it's incredible. When he finishes, everyone else has aged, but he hasn't. Like, that's how fast
Incredible.
he is. Yeah, he's that fast.
Money Nathan humor, baby.
Yeah, Matt, what how fast are these things?
I would go with C, faster than light, because I think it's based on like changes in spin. And if you look at the Einstein-Podolsky-Rosen thought experiment, whenever you change the magnetic spin states, they've even detected like nuclear bomb activity from the South Pole, like faster than light with Soviet research. So I would go with like C.
Love it.
Yeah,
Change of the
that would-
spin of a.
What he said.
FTL, man, that's it all day, every day. Fantastic, excellent. All right, Simeon, how fast are these UAP?
Well, I'm going with D on this one, and that's because I was walking with Grant Cameron after the citizen hearing outside of the National Press Club in 2013 in DC, and he told me something related to this. He said he had been talking to Steve Bass at the conference, the event organizer, the 5-day event organizer, and Stephen had said to Grant, you got to slow down. You're talking to former members of Congress. How much do you think they can absorb in a moment? So, and Grant said, I think Steve's just exaggerating there. So that's my Grant Cameron speed story.
It's well known. See, this is it's like a standard unit. That's the thing. Faster than Grant Cameron. Everyone knows this. Jordan, welcome back. What answer do you have here for this?
Yeah, sorry to drop there for a second. Yeah, I'm gonna go with D. I think that if you're talking about land speed, but don't underestimate Grant's wit. He's super fast and really, really funny. So
absolutely,
as long as we're just talking about land speed, D.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, the speed of thought, it's hard to comprehend, and the speed of Grant Cameron's speech even harder.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you, after listening to Matt speak, I'm feeling very Fredo Corleone at the moment. I'm feeling like I'm smart, I can do things, but
you can't do things. We love you. We love you. DJ.
Not alone, DJ. Not alone.
Fantastic Fredo reference. Yes.
But anyway, all right. I have a question here. We've done 2 Simeon Hein questions on this one, trivia questions that people did not get. We also did a Gary Nolan, but let me go with this one. From a third, these are basically people that we all consider thought leaders in the UAP community that expand our thought. And the esteemed Dr. Hein, and I think of broccoli every time I say esteemed, but the esteemed Dr. Hein is one of them who happens to be with us today. Thank you. And so this is from another PhD who speaks on the topic. Quote, of course, one can slice up the UFO phenomenon into scientific and the humanistic, but one will never understand it by doing so. That in the end is why I think the subject is so incredibly important. It bears a particular power to challenge or just obliterate our present order of knowledge and its arbitrary divisions. Whatever, quote, it is, unquote, it simply does not behave according to our rules and assumptions, period. Unquote.
That's a good one.
So, what thought leader, PhD, that speaks a lot on this topic do you guys think that is?
Is that Jeffrey Kripal?
Kripal, yeah.
Yes! And is your colleague, Dr. Jeff Kripal, yes.
Yes, my parasocial crush. I was so excited to meet him a couple weeks ago. So,
dude,
made total sense.
He's
really nice.
How cool would it be to get in a room with Dr. Hein, get like Gary Nolan, get Michael Masters, get Dr. Jeff Kripal.
Hey, Archives 2. I'm in Houston. We got to make something happen here.
There you
Let's
go.
do
The
it.
last
Do
one
it.
was great.
Let's
do
yeah.
it.
Matt, you
man.
got a couch I can crash on?
Yeah, I do.
And that's in May, from what I hear.
When is
That's
that, Matt? May.
It's second week in May, I think Jay said.
Nice.
So
And if anybody can lend me an aeroplane, I'll happily fly over.
And for Matt, I'll take a bearskin rug if you happen to have one. So
yeah, we'll send Grant Cameron to pick you up.
Don't miss him. He's quick.
He's
all
very
right,
quick.
guys. Man, thank you so much, everybody. Nathan's probably going to ask you what you're up to, so let him take care of that business, and then we'll do our cabbie goodbyes.
I am, and before I do that, I just want to echo what DJ just said. It's been so good to have you guys join us. Every single one of y'all, we love to talk to in more detail, and hope we get that chance to do so. But thanks for cutting up with us, celebrating 2022, and looking ahead with 2023. So with that said, Jacques, what's going on with you? What's happening in your world?
I'm a family guy, so I'm gonna after this go upstairs and beat my two boys up, wrestle with them, and then my high school daughter is working her first job at the coffee shop, and she gets off at 6. So I'm gonna go pick her up and see if we can get a free couple of shots of espresso. That's it.
That sounds fantastic. Well, don't go too hard on those boys. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, Leia, what's going on with you? I know you were just on with Deb's Data Dojo, and that was an excellent episode. What's
Thank
happening
you.
in the Invisible Night School?
Yeah, so actually I have a bunch of stuff. We have the Invisible Night School, Wednesday evenings, 9 p.m. Eastern. It's me and a panel. I always preface this by saying I am definitely like the affirmative action, crystal woo out there psychedelic person amidst the triumvirate of skeptics. So the conversation's always great. I'm also leading an Exo Explorer study group through 2023. Shoot me a DM on Twitter. I'm at Leah Prime, or you can shoot me an email, leahprime@proton.me. It's free, small group discussion, just working through some of like what I'm considering the seminal texts and exo studies. So always looking for people to jump in for that.
Awesome.
If only she were more succinct and well expressed on that.
Yeah.
You're amazing, man.
Did I say too many words?
No, yeah, it was amazing. That's what I mean. Is you're amazing to listen to. But party people, put those hands together for the co-conspirator of the anomalous inquiry symposium business, James Iandoli. What's up, Paisan?
What's going on? I hope I have this setup right because I'm not used to doing this on StreamYard.
Oh,
You look
well,
great.
don't worry about it.
You're doing
You know,
great.
the show's over, but nonetheless, we're very glad to have you pop in. Like I said, even if you only came in for a minute, we're happy to see your face, hear your voice, and say thank you for putting together these amazing things that have basically brought, there's 5 individuals that are on the screen here that we would not have known were it not for your event. So thank you very much.
For sure. I'm the only one here not wearing a hat or some kind of headset or something cool.
I know, but you got a nice haircut though. The hair looks good.
I was gonna say, Corey has a beautiful set of hair, man. I got nothing here.
You know
Got nothing
that.
going for me here.
You know that, baby.
Corey's always looking sharp, man.
It's an
He
expensive
does, man.
toupee, It's an expensive.
That's not a toupee because I looked, okay, when we were there. When he was one step below me, I was like, no, that's his hair, man. It's real.
It's natural, baby.
It is. No extensions, nothing. So great job, Corey. Thank your parents.
Yeah, it's good to see James.
But as we're doing our cabbie goodbyes, let's go to Dave. Davey, actually, what you got going on? Shifting gears. I don't think James is familiar with Dave. It's the first time you guys have been on screen together.
Yeah, we've exchanged a few DMs in the past, but it's the first time we've actually met. So super treat for me. Hi, James. So yeah, next year I'm going to be doing more Shifting Gears podcasts, looking at talking to people who have had transformative experiences, just like myself. So yeah, check it out when it comes out.
And there's another podcast on the. It's just beyond the horizon, right? We
Yep.
can't see it yet. The mast hasn't come up.
No, we're working on that one as well, which is myself and a gentleman by the name of Ash. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that one because that one's going to be deep woo.
Love it.
Dig it, man. UK UAP Ash. Let's move down to Mr. Monroe.
Yeah, I'm going to be helping out with the research for the UAP Medical Coalition, and as part of their research team. And I'm going to keep shining a light behind the scenes with some of my club members that make this world a better place and try to spread a spirit of positivity in this community.
Love it.
It's such an honor to. I'm sorry, I mean to cut you off, Nathan. It's such an honor to meet people like that, because that's sort of the mission of CAB, and it's kind of what we're trying to bring. Me myself as a person, I fail at that sometimes, but I try hard, and it's the reason we're doing the show. And it was really an honor to meet and connect with you to sort of affirm what we're trying to do. Thank you, Matt. Let's move on to Mr. Jordan Flowers. He got business, and it's none of yours.
I was gonna say, I was gonna say, who let Jimmy Lamborghini into this podcast?
We let anybody in here. It's just yeah.
The amount of people that have butchered poor James's name is just unbelievable. James, it's really good to see you, man, and thank you again for everything you've done to put on the events. So what are we working on? So two main things. The first thing is we were sort of inspired by, at the International UFO Congress, Brian Binder and Bryce Zabel having this idea of turning the Wilson Davis notes into a play. And we are basically trying to, it's not going to be exactly that, but it is going to be a dramatization. So we're excited to bring that, and it's going to be a collaboration with several people that you've in the community that you've heard of. We're really trying to get more of these sort of collaborations done. And then the second thing is, sort of my hobby horse and obsession, which is trying to build a platform, a decentralized platform for UAP science, for funding UAP science. So that's primarily what I'm working on. So exciting times.
It's awesome stuff. Yeah, fantastic.
Jordan, I have to ask, have you seen the Michael Frayn play Copenhagen, which is about the meeting of Niels Bohr and one of the other physicists? I think it may be
Schrödinger.
No, it's Heisenberg. Werner Hertz.
Okay.
Werner Heisenberg. You should definitely read it. I could see where that would be like very informative for what you're doing with this dramatization you're working on.
That's a great idea. Yeah, because we've been, if you just read the notes, it's, it doesn't lend itself to much of a conversation. It really is like notes. So we've been seeking a way to adapt that. So that's a great recommendation. Thanks so much.
However, Jordan, if you do use that, Leah will send you a consulting fee, and I understand that her weekend rates are exorbitant.
Just a heads up on that, yeah.
Yeah, just heads
All
up.
good. All good.
Anyway, James Iandoli, you're doing big things. You're no Fredo Corleone. What's going on, man?
I just did an interview with Cullum Kelleher and then George Knapp.
Oh, awesome, man. That's the ones you were telling me to get on. I need to get those guys, man.
I'm so tired today because I stayed up late watching that. But it was awesome, James. Thank you for doing that.
It was very good.
I want to interview them so much for my Art Bell project.
I'm sure you could. I mean, they're definitely open to people who are serious researchers in the community and are open-minded. And I think for people to try to understand where they're coming from, you should probably read the books that they have produced.
Mm-hmm.
Again, people are going to go super woo on that. It's like on the edges of reality, if just like the Vallée and Hynek book. But I don't think people understand how read in people like Cullum are. And I'm not talking superficially. Again, if you read Loose Threads by Hermetic Penetrator and Omega Point, I mean, it paints a picture, but even that, I'm sure there's things that they would leave out in respect to maybe plausible deniability for Cullum and Hal and other people. So and they're trying. I mean, they're coming to the edge of what they're allowed to say, and hopefully, with everything that's going on, they're allowed to push it further. So that, I mean, I would say definitely get Cullum on, and you definitely want to pick that dude's brain.
Well, thank you for helping them too, also, James, to come out and do that for people.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, again, George Knapp too. He's, he's more he knows more than people I know in the intelligence community on this stuff. He's really he's hardcore. He really is. He really has done some incredible things, and I hope, he's got stories he's sitting on. He can't publish because it's not the right time. It's, just as an example, he had the ATIP story since its inception in 2008. When OSAP got the contract, he was talking with Bigelow. He knew he had Bigelow on Coast to Coast talking about how he had a partner. Bigelow had a partner to investigate UFOs, and it was the Department of Defense. It was the DIA. So he knew the whole time, what was going on, but he couldn't say anything because, of course, it would compromise the investigation. So, he's sitting on a ton more of that, and I hope when the time is right, he's able to publish it because, again, he couldn't publish the New York Times story because the New York Times had to do it, basically.
Right.
Otherwise it would have been a local story, and he understands that kind of. He said he was miffed about it, but it is what it is. So I'm really optimistic for 2023.
Hey, James, I find that very easy to believe, actually, that he does know more than a lot of intel people. And the reason is because they're compartmentalized away. They don't have a need to know that information if they're not in the program. But people are in the program that thinks that some of this should be out there, that he's obviously interviewed some of those people and is protecting them as he should. But I don't find that difficult to believe at all, that he probably knows more than a lot of intel people.
Right. It's harder for them to talk to each other, especially when they're getting polygraphed.
And you don't have a need to know. I mean, you can't just go share that to another intel guy just because he's your friend and you both have a TSSCI. You can't share it unless that individual has a need to know. And then, but sometimes, they might feel comfortable talking to a George Knapp and letting out a nugget. I mean, that's how we know the things that we know, is because that's happened.
Yeah.
I mean,
we through not only the Wilson Davis notes and memo, which again, Cullum went on the record and said basically, right around the time that happened, he knew about it. And it's like one of those gray areas, right? And there's a lot of that. And within those files that were released, after Dr. Edgar Mitchell passed away, there was also the alien autopsy email thread. And, you got Hal Puthoff on there, Cullum, Kit Green, and Dr. Kit Green is telling them, like he was brought into the Pentagon on 3 occasions in the late 90s and shown, but in a briefing, pictures of alleged autopsy. And here's Kit Green. He has gotten awards in the Central Intelligence Agency for his work, because of what he helped do with the Soviets and so on. And he's confused, as if he's like, are they lying to me? Is this fake? Like this stuff. So I mean, it's really incredible to see what they had kind of their journey on this, and they're trying to figure it out and get to the center of the labyrinth. So that's fascinating, and I think since those times, and again, that email is back from it's an email thread that covers from 99 to I forget what year, 2000 something, that they're going back and forth. And that's how we know about Zodiac, which is tied to crash retrieval and reverse engineering programs through that, email chain. So they're not telling each other everything. They're trying to communicate information. They probably bend the rules and break some. But again, I think since that time, since the late 90s, early 2000s, they probably in the last 20 years have learned a lot more.
Before I react to that, I just want to answer Thunderbird's question, where the hell is Jordan? He's at a coffee shop in Van Nuys right now, which doubles as a climbing gym. That's on the other side of that wall that you see right there. But other than that,
I have one final trivia question, just to back up off of what James was saying there. So everybody can just kind of answer this however you like. But how many ufologists can James carry in his backpack? Just,
all of them.
Okay, I just have to answer. He was carrying like 15 bags and wouldn't let me help him at the conference, so a heck of a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so Eric Davis is in there, Kit Green's in there, Richard Doty's in there, Dr. Hal Pudoff is in that backpack, Colm Kelleher is in that water bottle pocket on the left side. I don't know how many. There's probably several.
Yeah. There's a Gary Nolan like tactical belt or something.
Gary Nolan, he's like the bazooka to the mortar tube on his shoulder.
Yeah, exactly. Well, James, appreciate you enduring that silly joke. Thanks for joining us and participating with us on this fine Sunday afternoon. All of you guys are awesome. Thank you for taking time to be with us. I know we've held you hostage longer than we told you we would.
Yeah.
So you're all good sports for hanging out a little bit longer and having a good time with us. So thanks for being with us, and happy holidays, happy New Year, all the happies. Good to see you.
Yeah, let me let Debs get in there. Debs, go ahead, my dear.
I love all of you. I love everyone that's come on our show. Happy holidays. I want you to have lovely gifts this year when some giant sleigh comes by and comes into your house with permission, hopefully. And
I'm rooting for my tall Nordic to show up.
I'm from Texas.
And I want to thank everybody as well. It's an honor. So happy to have you part of our family here, and to have the community so fortunate to have everyone on here. And it's worth staying over to hear James to bring us information that he has from sources, because he's not been in this for a couple of years. He's been in this for a couple of decades, and has spent a lot of time studying this and interacting with people on camera and off camera. And thank you, James, for edifying us with that and providing some more provoking thought, because you can go in all these different directions. You know, what you were just talking about was a lot of disclosure, a lot of aspect of who knows what and who's talked to who. And you can also go into consciousness and themes about reality. And that's what makes you a multi-tool player and a multi-tool threat. So thank you, James, for joining us, albeit late.
Oh, thanks. So you just called me a tool.
Yeah, you're like you're like a Leatherman or a Gerber tool, and I carry one of those. I'm sure Matt Monroe does as well.
Yeah, Tool's a great band, very functional as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just another cog, man.
Yeah, thank you. You're a pretty big cog. Thank you very much, everybody. We love you, and thank you for being part of the CAB holiday party of 2022. And guess what? We're gonna do it again in 2023. All right.
Beautiful.
Peace out.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Take care, everybody.
Happy holidays,
We'll
guys.
see you down
Namaste,
the road. We're
all.
always wondering what's up around the bend.
Later.